We are live. We are back, and I am bringing on Taco right now. I'm doing a second intro, and I don't care. From the man, the myth, the legend, the one we all hate, TDS, Taco!
Hey, what it do, baby
You got a,
boys?
you got a second intro, Taco.
I'm hyped about that, man. I got to show some love to Bijan, going number 9.
All
Loving
right,
that, baby.
so
I
I
was the
know we
first
don't
one
have
on this
anyone. Yeah,
running back top 10 thing.
Taco, real quick. I just want to.
Oh,
Since
who's that,
I don't know if
Kelsey?
anyone's on yet, it's Jalen Carter, pick number 9. We're waiting on number 10.
Do you see Travis? I think I saw Jason Kelsey there with the beer.
Yeah, they're there. They yesterday they did a live edition in Kansas City at a bar of their podcast.
Podcast. I love that they're building their brand like that. Like, I think that shit is awesome. Because, like, think about it. It's a tight end and an offensive lineman, a motherfucking center. And these guys have developed into one of the best podcasts for football out there. And they're really branding themselves and putting themselves in a position to have a really lucrative career once they're done playing football.
Yeah.
And I really love the amount of players now that are taking media and content creation into their own hands to create new avenues for these athletes to speak. And, you know, so many of them have issues with the reporters and the journalists out here because they manipulate their stories for ratings or for clicks. But I think having athletes actually doing the interviewing and being on that side, they might handle it with a little bit more care. Especially what it seems like with the Kelsey boys. I think it could be a really interesting day for media. So, like, look at what whatchamacallit has built, McAfee. And he created, like, the only platform that Aaron Rodgers feels comfortable on. And the announcement for McAfee when he had Aaron Rodgers on, he started getting insane numbers. And I just think that we're going to see more and more. I love it. Taco. I really love it.
Hold on real quick, Taco.
Yep.
With the 10th pick overall in the 2023 draft, the Chicago Bears take Darnell Wright, tackle, out of Tennessee.
Nice.
All right, I'm bringing Jeff on right now. Jeff, you are back.
Yes, I is.
And so Jeff's back. We're all back. It's going to be the three of us for a minute. Jeff, I just got the 10th pick overall. 10th pick overall, Darnell Wright out of Tennessee.
Okay.
It's the right position, wrong player.
Oh, wow, that's a nice watch.
Man, like, yeah, I'm a Tennessee fan, so it's hard for me to say that. But okay. Yes, I agree with that. No, you're not wrong there. But I'm glad to see, you know, like some of the other teams we've been watching the last couple of picks actually making moves that make sense.
Oh, no, yeah. The position makes sense 100%.
Yeah. And so that I'm glad to see. Like, I'm glad to see that that's what's going on here and that they're staying in, they're locked in, they're focused, and they have a game plan. Because, you know, Chicago for a minute there, they were just kind of all over the fucking board. So, yeah. But I agree with you. Right position, wrong player. But, you know, that makes
the other thing is this. Here's the other thing. They might have had an idea of who they liked or who someone else behind them liked, because, I mean, you even talked about it. Your wife is a Pittsburgh fan, and I do think that Pittsburgh is either going to get a certain person of family ilk or an offensive tackle.
And they both should probably be sitting there because, you know, Green Bay's probably not going to do it. New England's not going to pull it. The Jets won't. I can't see Washington going corner. So unless Detroit or Tennessee does it, which would surprise probably both of us, for them to pull Porter there, he's going to fall right into their lap, man.
Yeah. Dude, now that you just said that, Jeff, I love what you just said. If Christian Gonzalez is a Detroit Lion, heck yeah. Because I thought they were going to try to get him at 6, and then they traded down. if they could get him at 12, because technically right now Tennessee is on the clock, and I have a feeling Taco is actually right on this one. I think Tennessee Titans take Will Levis.
I think the Titans take Will Levis, or the Titans take the first wide receiver off the board. It's one of the two.
Okay.
And the only reason I say I think they take the first wide receiver off the board is I could see them. I could see them honestly trying to run one more year out of what they got in Tannehill and match Burks with whatever other receiver they decide to take right now. Set them up there. They've got something in tight ends going on with Okonkwo right now. Derrick Henry's, still back there. So I could see that move as a setup for not this year, but as a setup for next year for whatever rookie quarterback they want to bring in next year, or maybe it's a veteran, maybe it's a trade, maybe it's something like that. And I know I like every time we bring up Levis, I sound like I'm going away from Levis. I kind of am. I'm not a huge Levis fan, and I'm also not a huge fan at pick 11 taking a quarterback if you're going to sit him behind Tannehill and don't really have a plan for what you want to do there. Now, if it was blatantly obvious that, hey, he's going to be behind Tannehill for a year and then Tannehill is bouncing and this is what we're going to do, okay, sure. Is Levis the guy? Makes sense. Played in Kentucky, wasn't far. They probably have more film on him than any other player than maybe Hendon Hooker for quarterback. He's right there. I'm just not a big enough Levis fan to really want to be in that. But at the same token, as you look down the graph, Tennessee, Detroit, Green Bay, New England, the Jets, Washington, Pittsburgh, Detroit. The next one up would be Tampa, who would be looking to take Levis. So if Tennessee did decide to go another route right now, however they wanted to go, wide receiver, pass rush, which obviously Bud Dupree didn't work out very well, they could probably easily find somebody in between. New England loves to trade back down to jump up in front of Tampa to come back and take Levis and probably not give up a whole lot in that one.
Okay. The pick is in. The pick for the Titans is in.
What is it?
Titans take offensive lineman Peter Skorinski.
God damn it, dog. God damn. Okay.
The Will Levis fall is real.
Well, we talked about. As soon as I
saw what the pick was, I knew for 30 seconds. As soon as I saw what the pick is, and you were going on the rant about 12 to 9, you started right when I found out. You started the 12 to 19s thing. I got it. Peter Skorinski, we're back. And Robbie, we're good. I got it. We're back. And we were good to go. Yeah,
That's
the one
funny.
replacement. I knew Robbie was going to like the pick.
My rant drops as soon as the pick comes in and it's not Will Levis. It's kind of a riot.
It was funny. You're like, if he doesn't go, and it was literally, you're like, you got this team, you got Pats. You were listed right when you started listing the teams is when it cut. So now the Lions are on the clock. Do the Lions take a DB or do they take another defensive lineman? Where do they go, Taco?
And Gonzalez is still on the board, right?
Thank you.
Yes.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
But remember, it's what we talked about earlier. They could go Gonzalez, but they could still
They could go JSN.
Jackson Smith and
but
Jigba.
I don't. Yeah. I'm not disagreeing, Jeff, but I think it's.
Oh, I 100% think it's a defensive back. But if they did go JSN, that's the only
other position. But what I love about this pick is that I think this is who they wanted to take at 6. I don't think this is a replacement pick.
The only way I think Detroit could go with this pick that would surprise a lot of us would be tight end.
Or Levis.
Well, you know what? It could be Levis.
Oh, shit.
That would really fuck this whole stream up. It could be Levis, but I think we're all in agreement here. I think it's going to be defensive back. I think it's exactly what it's going to be.
Yeah, I don't think they would do that to Golf. He seems a bit fragile.
I
know, but I just wanted to throw it out there for shits and giggles.
I think it's either going to be defensive back or JSN. And then if I was going to be, one of those like plus 1,000 bets, right? Let's play $10 on a plus 1,000. It'd be a tight end.
How about this retweet that I just saw here? I don't foresee that happening. Cardinals GM on Arizona trading DeAndre Hopkins.
Well, they gave him permission, so who knows?
Yeah. I guess they gave him permission knowing that their price is higher than what they can get, that he'll get. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, go ahead. We want this, and you think you're going to get it? I know you're not going to get it. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
Well, but I mean, too, so if you want DeAndre Hopkins to seek a trade, you want to do all this, all right, cool. That's fine. You're talking about you just gave all this shit ton of money to Kyler Murray. You went out and got a coach for Kyler Murray. You want to do all this, and you're going to trade away the only legitimate asset you have? That makes no sense at all. That doesn't make sense in Madden. That doesn't make sense in fantasy football. That doesn't make sense in the NFL. It makes no sense in any way you want to logically hash it out to trade DeAndre Hopkins with whatever you're doing right now, unless you're trading DeAndre Hopkins for either the largest draft trade we've seen since Herschel Walker, or you're trading him for sustainable players that you need at certain positions. With right now, defense is pretty locked up. You need more receivers. You could say offensive linemen. There isn't really a tight end out there for them. So I don't know what you expect to get for D-Hop that's going to make your team any better than what it is right now.
You're not.
Nope.
And I think Brandon Cooks getting a 5th rounder for him from Dallas for Houston, I think that also set the bar, and that's going to screw it over too.
Oh yeah, and D's still got D. First of all, D-Hop still has his deal. He's still getting paid. You're gonna pay for him, so
D-Hop saw what Adams and Hill got traded for last year and was like, he doesn't think that he's that far removed from them. But when you think about it, he's more in the line of what Amari Cooper probably got, which was, a fucking steal when you think about it at the end of the day. What the Dallas Cowboys gave up or got for Amari Cooper was just criminal. But how about this? Matthew Berry, Bijan, easily top 5 upside right away for the Falcons.
Yes.
Man,
I'm not denying that he has top 5 upside. I'm not.
It'll be hard to not draft him in that top 10. He's definitely going to go in the top in redraft at least.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
Yeah. I have to clarify because there's a big dynasty crowd on this side of the world.
But I know you well enough. I know well enough when you talk, I go like my brain. There's certain people I know you're not talking dynasty.
Yeah. I'm rare like that because I feel like almost everyone in the industry is like very dynasty focused.
I don't know. It'd be very hard for me in a redraft to take dynasty or to take Bijan.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Well, that sounds pretty good, huh?
So whatever you just, I'll say I didn't get that pick yet.
The Detroit Lions select running back Jahmyr Gibbs.
You're fucking with me, bro.
I fucking knew they would have taken Bijan if he was there. They traded back thinking they can get Bijan. Motherfucker, I knew Bijan was going to go top 10. I'm putting flagpoles out everywhere.
Oh my god.
2 running backs went before 1 fucking wide receiver.
Wait,
don't tell me this bullshit about how the game changed.
It's Detroit. Shut up.
Don't tell me this bullshit.
They don't know how to use Andre Swift, and now they get this guy? What the fuck?
Does Detroit right now have 2 identical running backs on their team?
They have 2 identical running backs and David Montgomery, who I just want to say something really quick because now I'm really pissed. I just wrote an article that got published today about David Montgomery being a bounce back guy and it's gonna be a decent back, and now you bring in this guy. What the? Come on! This isn't
Montgomery
the guy.
Signed to Detroit?
Huh?
Montgomery signed to Detroit?
He's been in Montgomery second day of free agency. That's why this pick is a shock. That's why this pick is a shock.
Well, not only is this pick is a shock for they have 2 identical running backs. They signed David Montgomery. And at no point through the pre-draft process, and most of us have been a big part of it, has Jahmyr Gibbs ever gone before at least fucking Minnesota or Tampa Bay. You're talking about another 7 to 12 picks from right now.
What's crazy is that I haven't really heard too much about this. Like, I heard about the Levis, like, polarizing can go up or down. I heard about Richardson coming up. I heard about Bijan making the move into the top 10. I heard nothing, nowhere, no noise about this running back coming up to be. Not only that, above the first wide receiver. There's not been one wide receiver taken yet, right?
That's not a surprise, though. This class,
really, that two running backs would go before one wide receiver.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it's not a surprise that a running back or wide receiver has gone at this spot. I've seen mocks that they're going 17, 18 overall.
My thing is just that 2 running backs went before a wide receiver.
No, I get your point.
That's crazy.
But I also think too. I think we're seeing a trend with running backs that people aren't paying running backs second contracts. Like we're watching this happen. So
this is Swift's last year.
If you can take a running back a little bit higher, maybe than you want to, because you know you're not going to give him a second contract. But the amount of wide receivers we are seeing come out every single year, first, second, third round, you can go out and get one and make a competent, wide receiver. But if you get 3-4 good years out of a running back that you took in the middle of the first round or whatever, then let his ass walk and run it again. I think that's kind of what's happening right now. I think that's what we're seeing, why running backs are getting pushed up more and wide receivers are getting pushed down.
So
is
let me ask
nobody's
you a question.
getting the second one.
Jeff, do you play Dynasty?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Question for you.
Yeah.
Superflex, it's Bijan, the quarterbacks, and then Gibbs. Does Gibbs fall now because of the landing spot? You know that's going to be the argument on Twitter tonight.
So my only, if I was sitting there thinking about it, I would have 2 sort of thought processes. Detroit didn't seem a huge fan of DeAndre Swift last year. They really didn't. So you're like, all right, they didn't seem like a huge fan of Swift last year. Use the shit of Jamal. Jahmyr comes in. He's almost the same guy and he's younger. But they have David Montgomery, who was like the next Jamal. He's the one that's going to probably get the goal line carries.
Yeah.
So if I'm sitting here in Dynasty, to be honest with you, I would rather take a shot on a tight end, wide receiver, or a quarterback, leave Jahmyr Gibbs completely alone, and if he blows up midseason, pay for him, do his value if I need him. But I'm not touching him because this can go 3 ways, and none of them really work out for you. Either Jahmyr Gibbs becomes a superstar that you drafted probably a little bit high. Jahmyr Gibbs becomes a mid-round player that you still drafted too high. Jahmyr Gibbs becomes a bust player that you also probably still drafted too high. And none of these situations do you really fucking win because knowing Detroit, you're only going to get about 2 or 3 good years out of him anyway. So you don't really win in this situation no matter how you draft Jahmyr Gibbs.
And he was out of Alabama, this kid?
Bama, yeah. Well, he transferred from Georgia Tech to Bama, yeah.
Huh. I think, though, they also have picks 12 and 16. So they have another one coming up shortly after this one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're right after Pittsburgh.
It's interesting that they didn't even use their later pick to get there. So they had a later pick, but that was still before the other teams that would have probably taken a running back, and they took him here.
I'll tell you exactly why they probably took him here because Tampa Bay was going to go after Jahmyr Gibbs.
No, you know who I think was going after Jahmyr Gibbs?
Ravens?
I think the Patriots.
Really? Why?
Patriots? Ramondre's not.
Thing.
Yeah, Ramondre's not the end all be all, and the Patriots just do shit like that.
That's my point. Patriots do shit. I was afraid that if a certain Bijan fell to 14, that the Patriots going to pull that shit, and I was going to be really angry.
Well, I can tell you right now, if JSN lands in New England, he's completely off my board in Dynasty. I can tell you that right now.
Hey, stop. No, this is big. The Jets have traded back with the Packers for the pick again. You guys got the 13 back.
What?
Jeff?
I know, and I'm trying to think of what we would use it on.
The Jets are selecting. If Dov's right, do you want me to say it?
Yeah, go ahead, run it.
The Jets are selecting Lucas Van Ness, edge out of Iowa.
Why? But why?
That's why I didn't want to say it.
Like
That's why I was trying to be quiet. I'm hoping it's wrong.
Like, why? Like, we took Jermaine Johnson. We've got, you know what? Never mind. The Jets are gonna fucking jet, bro. I've said it like 3 times this podcast so far.
I even brought it up so not eloquently, but like, yeah, man.
Taco, have you ever heard of Lucas Van Ness? Taco?
No,
okay.
I have not.
You should, because he's that good. He's top 15.
He is
but
a
that's
good
my
player.
point. No, but
Yeah.
that's my point. I knew Taco was going to laugh because Taco in his head isn't thinking bad pick. He's thinking Jets just drafted someone I've never heard of.
No, I'm just thinking that the Jets literally
jetting
straight up.
The Jets jetting.
They just traded with the Packers, and these guys are really going balls to the walls, everything for this season and for next season, and it's going to be for naught.
Well, but we just drafted Jermaine Johnson last year.
That's my
We already
point.
have a good defensive line. Like,
Yeah,
if you're going to use
Williams.
this pick, we could have easily gone wide receiver, corner, or the one thing I want, and every Jets fan on this fucking planet wants, is
Offensive
an
line?
actual, well, besides an offensive tackle, but our offensive tackle just got picked out of Northwestern, and the drop from him to the next one's pretty high, is a goddamn linebacker. Like an actual linebacker. We have no outside linebackers on that team. CJ's fine in the middle, but there's no legit outside linebacker.
There's just not one this high this year.
There isn't, but so we're going to go up and draft. So what? We have 7 fucking pass rushers now? Like, how are you going to – you couldn't even – Jermaine Johnson, I'm pretty sure his snap count last year was less than 64%.
Yep.
And,
No, yeah.
and I don't know how you're going to justify taking him – oh, well, Jermaine Johnson's going to be on one side. He's going to be on the other. I'm sorry.
sure
Didn't you
they
just
traded
give
the
Carl Lawson a shit ton of fucking money last year? Like, did you guys
sure
forget
they
that
traded the
happened?
pick?
Huh?
Are you sure they traded the pick? Because I'm seeing Ian Rappaport.
Oh, are they saying it didn't happen?
No, it says Packers selection right now.
Dov was wrong.
Packers.
Dov went back.
All right, thank God. I was about to say, bro, we just gave Carl Lawson a shit ton of money, took Jermaine Johnson. Like,
That was
bro,
my bad. I apologize. That was my
the
bad.
trade up would be a waste of draft capital.
No,
at
but
that
they were, yeah.
The
Well,
Packers
the
took
Jets were
Lucas
Jets.
Van Ness.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, I know.
Packers did take Lucas Van Ness, though.
Yeah.
So player was right, team was
player
wrong.
was right,
Okay.
team was wrong.
Okay.
But
All right, I'm okay.
But he did what Shams did at the beginning. He mixed it because he probably took the original
Pick, yeah.
Right player, wrong team.
But I bet you when he first reported it, he forgot the trade.
You know,
It's good.
this stuff is
Oh,
making
no.
me feel kind of good as a Giants fan.
Okay. We kind of talked about Van Ness. That's fine. Let's talk about this.
No,
Putting it up right now. Do the Patriots do this?
no,
What up?
Do the Patriots go for Levis?
no.
No, not even a little bit.
You can't waste that capital with this team. You probably go wide receiver before you go quarterback.
I don't think they go wide out.
Probably not, but I would
Actually,
say you go wide out before
Jeff.
quarterback.
Jeff, let me ask you a question. Did you mention this position for somebody else? Is this a spot where New England says,
Up. The Patriots have traded the 14th pick to the Steelers for 17 and 120.
okay,
Joey
I'll
Porter Jr.
Here, I'll get it. Hold on.
Patriots
Thank you.
and Gonzalez, that could be an interesting pick.
Pittsburgh could go for him too. Does Pittsburgh take Porter? Does Pittsburgh take Porter over Gonzalez?
Yep.
Okay.
All day, every day.
Okay.
All day, every day.
Interesting.
I just wanted to make
Now,
sure.
if the Jets see Gonzalez there and he's like that good, and you already have a couple of good corners, And
do.
you know that you're going to face a lot of teams that are going to want to go 3 wide.
To me, it's BPA. To me, it's BPA. Best player available. If it's Gonzalez on your board, you take him.
To me, right now, so like, let's say they take Jay.
Rod just said Steelers got Gonzalez.
So they took Gonzalez. Okay, let's say Gonzalez is off the board.
Let's see it official. But
To me, if I'm the Jets right now, I'm sitting in the war room. I'm the GM. I gave up the farm for Aaron Rodgers, and I'm looking at my roster. To me, I'm giving everyone the middle finger, and I'm taking JSN. I'm going to run that bitch 3 wide out with Breece Hall in the backfield, and I'm going to score 50 points a game and let the defense figure it out. Sorry, but that makes the most sense. If you're going to give up the farm, why not just continue to load up? Yeah, so what? We got Alex Lazard. Great. He wasn't even that good to begin with.
What do you think about is there any offensive lineman here that would be worth it?
Not at this position. Not at 15. I don't think the value's there.
Not now.
No.
So then the question is, do you see them maybe trading back?
I don't see the Jets. I don't see the Jets trading back. That's not a typical Jets move. And when you have a player like a JSN sitting on the board, or whichever linebacker they have who's the top end linebacker on the board, there's a couple pass rushers. I don't know if trading back, if there's enough value there. I mean, we gave up that early second, but if you are, like I said, we just sold out for Aaron Rodgers. Why would you start out a lineup with Corey Davis and Garrett Wilson and not have a slot receiver?
I think we got the pick. I don't know if Raj is right, but
I'm seeing a lot of people on my timeline pumping Gonzalez, but I haven't seen any yet.
Raj, is it the other guy, or is it? I think there's reports. The thing says the Patriots are selecting, but it still says the right pick number. Yep. Okay, Raj is right. The Steelers have taken Broderick Jones, offensive tackle out of Georgia.
Okay.
I've seen him going anywhere from. I saw the Bears wanted him at 9.
So apparently they were jumping the Jets to get him, because that's apparently the guy the Jets wanted.
Oh, okay.
After I saw the who is it? Ari Mirov.
Yeah, Mirov.
I mean, that's good. They got to keep Pickett up. I still don't think Pickett's the answer, but I don't disagree with ever taking an offensive lineman.
How far does Levis fall? How far does Levis fall, boys?
Tampa.
I mean, originally Robbie kept saying y'all had a draft 2-day grade on him.
I did.
I saw people really comparing him to Jamarcus Russell a lot, actually.
I called Will Levis this morning the wish version of Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, so it's I think that his rise was probably more social media and people getting smoke signals than actual truth.
Okay.
Well,
Taco,
I think
you're in charge. Taco, you're in charge for about 37 seconds.
Okay.
I think Will Levis's sort of rise and sort of claim to fame is he did have a really good season last year, but I think a lot of what Will Levis's sort of hype was about was the fact is we saw 4 quarterbacks in this draft who were completely different quarterbacks, and Will Levis would have been your most
raw.
Not raw. I would say he is raw. You are correct, but prototypical type passer. Bryce Young didn't have the size. Richardson ran too much. Stroud was a Cam Newton-esque, he's a bigger body. But Levis was your more like, if you were going to put a guy, hey, this guy can stand in the pocket and he can move. I think that's kind of where a lot of that hype came from Will Levis, is he was the most – because, like I said, I scouted third party for the draft for a while, man. And everyone, they're old school motherfuckers, dude. And it's about what worked 10 years ago, not what works now.
Yeah.
And 10 years ago, Levis was pretty much the type of guy, right? That's who he was. You look at it, he looks like a little bit more mobile version of and please take this with a massive grain of salt, but a more mobile version of like a Brett Favre. He's a gunslinger. Yeah. He moves around, doesn't always make the greatest decisions. Sure, he's going to throw 70 touchdowns and 60 interceptions, but he's still throwing 70 fucking touchdowns.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of where his rise came from. But I think it settled down when people realized what I said in his second year in college when Will Levis was like really playing. I said, this is the best you're ever going to get out of Will Levis. This is it. Like, I don't see another level out of Will Levis. I don't see him hit that next level in big games. I don't see those sort of like, you know, roll out insane throws, those move around in the pockets, those sort of intangibles or magic plays. That never happened. It was the same Will Levis every single Saturday. And that, to me, is what kind of kept Will Levis down for me. Whether or not I liked Anthony Richardson or not, there were plays where you're like, yo, this kid could be a fucking all-star. But when I watched Levis play, I know exactly what I'm getting every single Saturday. The guy doesn't change.
Well, the only thing I want to bring up about Levis, I don't know how much you know about college, Jeff, but I know Taco doesn't really know much about college football. That's just how
I live and breathe college. Bro.
Okay, so here's my point. Because Taco won't know the reference. This is a mofo quarterback who couldn't even beat out Sean Clifford and had to transfer to Kentucky.
And the big red dog wasn't that good to begin with. But the big red dog was at least a game manager.
Yeah.
And that's why he kept his job. And it's so hard because, like, you really don't want to hate on these kids because they really are doing good. And they're going to be in the NFL. And they're going to be good players. But after scouting for so many years, man, like if Robbie was on here, he'd tell you, you've done it for a long time. You can just tell, like, hey, look, we haven't scratched the surface of this kid, or there's another level. There's a glass ceiling that whether it's mental or whether it's whatever, there isn't that for Will Levis. It's just what you get today is what you're going to get 5 years from now. And whether or not that's good enough for you is your choice. To me, it's fucking not. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just not. But then again, me and you are sitting on the couch drinking fucking alcohol, watching the draft, and somebody else is making $10 million making these picks, right? So what the fuck do we know?
Max. Oh man, this is about to start getting spicy.
I'm curious. Well, it hasn't come through, but I am really curious if you guys, if it was me, and because Saleh is a defensive guy, I would just take Gonzalez and say, let's figure it out.
You know who I really want? Like, I know we've talked about it, but to me, honestly, like, personally, I want Meyer. I want Meyer bad. I want a big body tight end to get in the middle between Davis and Wilson and let Rodgers have that dump off. And this kid has some talent. I want Meyer bad. That's my pick as an individual.
Would you take the other one?
My boys.
No.
Would you take the other one?
Out of Utah? No, I wouldn't take him over Meyer. No.
My boys are wanting Zay Flowers.
For the Jets?
Yeah.
For the Giants? Or for the
Jets?
Oh.
Jets. No, I'm cool with Flowers or JSN. Either one works for me. Like, I'm fine with either one because we need a slot receiver. Like, I just – and that's kind of what I was talking about a minute ago with you was if you're just going to sell out for Rodgers, then sell all the way out. Yep. Don't do it half-assed, man. Don't come out here and draft like a defensive player. As much as I said as we need a linebacker, sell the fuck out, dude.
They gotta go
all the way.
They gotta go Bengals Jamar Chase style. We know we need an offensive lineman, but Jamar Chase is there and he's perfect with our guy. So fuck you.
And you know what's really funny about that? Mm-hmm. Is when you actually look at it, both picks would have worked out fine.
Yep.
Because Penei Sewell is gonna be an all-pro. So is Jamar Chase. Like, they technically couldn't have got that pick wrong.
No, they got it right either way.
Yep.
And either way, you could say they could have went to the Super Bowl with either pick.
Yep.
Like, I mean, they really could have. So, okay. Pieces of the puzzle. You put up Tyler Conklin and Alan Lazard like they're that good of players. Let's be real.
I saw it. I didn't want to say it out loud. But I knew you were going to get mad when you saw because right when you started talking for me, it was right before you started talking. Right after you talked about Mayer. So their pick is in. The green room is cheering. I am waiting for the announcement.
I feel like it's an offensive lineman, but I don't feel like that's the right move. But man, you know what? To be honest, it's very rare. Well, it's very rare when I don't know what the Jets are at least thinking. But this is probably the first year where I have no clue because we went from 13 to 15. That kind of changed the game a little bit. But everyone seems really happy, so I'm guessing it's got to be offense.
Damn. So there was three quarterbacks, 2 running backs in the first 12 picks. That's 5 of the first 12 picks quarterbacks and running fantasy footballers. Man, rejoice! If these guys are actually legit, we might be getting some real talent in the league.
Fantasy footballers are fucking drinking right now. That's what they're doing because they don't know what the fuck to do in the draft.
Talk about timeshares everywhere. No one has a full job.
So Dov is slowed down. I'm not going to look at the chat because I'm going to, if I get the alert, but it looks like Goodell's about to go up, I will either announce what I get on my phone or Goodell.
Let me wait for this one. Let me wait
for
this one. Let me.
Right.
Yeah, let me hear it.
Go. That's fine.
Because I ain't got the chat up, so let me hear
Taco, remind me.
Yep.
No, when it's your turn, remind me.
Okay. Ooh,
the pick is
I got the Jets pick.
Yeah, the pick is in.
Everybody leave it alone. Let me
Don't
hear
tell him. No, I know. I'm not saying anything.
For me, I want that shit spoiled as soon as you guys find out.
So I'll tell you then, Taco. I want to make sure either way with you.
Oh, this is my holiday. I take this over Christmas.
I said, hey, someone at work asked me. My boss asked me today if this was my Christmas.
It is.
It makes sense what they're doing here, though.
Taco.
Well, actually, that could go 100 ways. So he really didn't give away anything.
This is all, Jeff. This is all I will tell you. It is not an offensive lineman.
All right.
I know you were scared. I'll give you that. No, it's not a lineman.
It's not that I didn't want a lineman. The value just isn't there.
That's what. No, exactly. I know.
Yeah. Do you know how bad I would laugh? Like, I know it's impossible, but if they took Will Levis right here, do you know how bad I would fucking roll right now?
The Jets would jet.
I would just start taking pulls from the bottle, dude. I would just bring my bottle over and just start taking pulls, and that would just be the tagline for this whole show. Jets are gonna jet.
Listen, bro. This is why I have fun in group chats. Listen, I'm a Giants fan, so it's roasts everywhere. Like, we all got hot pots. Everybody's cooking everybody. Like, we just paid $40 million for your quarterback that can't throw. Like,
it's taking a while because they're introducing a make-a-wish
I
kid.
see him. I got him up here.
He's up there for a while.
I like that I spoiled the pick for all my Jets fans friends already. I dropped it in the group chat because they're all debating. They're like, "What should it be?" Oh, I know what it's going to be.
Elite, yeah.
How about this bit of breaking news? Becky Hammon has been given permission to interview with the Toronto Raptors. Maybe the first female coach in the NBA. Huh?
I thought she was going to. I thought there was a chance in Spurs.
Yeah.
Can she get released from her contract from the Aces though?
No, the Aces gave her permission to talk.
Oh, did they? Oh, okay. All right, here it is. Hold on, give me a second.
Yeah, I'll be completely quiet. I want to see. I want your real reaction.
Hell, announce the pick for us.
Yeah, Jeff, you announce it.
All right. 20 minutes late.
That's fine. We still need the announcement.
Oh, there's a kid on the stage. That kid from the Giants pick last year was so lit when we drafted what's his face?
Why? Why did we do this?
It
Why? Wait, Will McDonald from Iowa State,
makes
probably
sense.
the the number 7th pass rusher on the board.
Bro,
Like-
it's the Jets gonna jet.
You said when he said Jets will just jet, Jeff, he already knew the pick. I knew it.
And it's funny because you were talking about how y'all don't need a defensive lineman. I'm just sitting here like I'm sending it to everyone. Are you kidding me?
The Jets
Raj,
are gonna jet,
Raj,
bro.
be quiet. Raj, do not put it in the chat, please. I will announce it. Raj, I need to announce this live. Oh my gosh. And with the 16th pick in the first round, the Washington Commanders select Emmanuel Forbes, defensive back from Mississippi State. The Washington Commanders will command.
Let's go. Fuck yeah.
You didn't take never. Wow.
Oh, Robbie's going to be pissed.
Bro,
Oh
how
my
did Dallas
God.
go from projected third on some boards to like
Wait,
still
how
here?
how did we somehow go back to back with possibly two of the biggest reaches in this draft? And
Forbes
we haven't
was
even
Forbes-
got to
I saw-
18.
I saw Forbes in the late second, early third round. You still have Banks from Maryland. You still have Joey Porter Jr. Oh my God.
Well, first of all, I thought JPJ to me was the best corner in the draft, but that was me personally.
Yeah. But wait, did Dov get it wrong?
With which one?
Raj put Banks. Oh, he's just talking DBs. Okay.
I had JPJ as my best one.
Yeah.
The kid they brought out, man, listen, it was like the Make-A-Wish kid they had
Fuck,
from New
I
York
had
last year.
Tomlinson over the kid the Commanders just picked. Are you kidding me?
You had Tomlinson over him too?
Yeah. I really like Tomlinson. I thought Tomlinson really showed up when. So I like. First of all, I like cover corners more than I like man to man because I feel like you can play man to man a little bit easier. You can play corner, but Tomlinson to me, when I watched Tomlinson play in big games, Tomlinson showed up, and to me that matters a lot for a corner. Meaning I'm not afraid to stare you in the eye, knowing you're a better receiver than I am, but I'm still going to take you head up and I'm going to run with you. And Tomlinson did that, and that's why I put him ahead of him.
Okay, so since we don't have a lot to talk about Forbes, here's the question. New England's on the clock.
Yeah.
They just took at 14. The only player that was taken at 14 was who was taken at 14? Why am I blanking now? But you have freaking McDonald go. You had Forbes go. Not many guys that you thought were going to be off the board is my point. So, because they only moved to 3 spots. So they could probably get maybe who they wanted the original pick.
You know, it sounds un-Belichick-like.
Yeah, it was Jones, the guard.
But
so with the guard that they should have picked, then McDonald and the announcement of Forbes in a second.
How hard would it be if you're Belichick right now, right? Sitting in the war room, staring down a kid who is an identical player to somebody who won you multiple Super Bowls and pass.
Or do they go wide receiver? Oh, my, yeah. Get Mayer now.
On identical to a guy who won you multiple fucking Super Bowls, identical player. You're staring him dead in the face.
Okay, let
and
me
you
ask you
pass
this.
on him.
Or do you take JSN?
So my only issue with JSN is JSN isn't now he's obviously more talented, obviously, but he's not a whole lot different than the receivers they have right now. And I think that would be the only difference. Like if they went receiver, I think it'd probably be Addison, or it would be Quentin Johnson. because JSN is pretty close to kind of the style they have now, and it didn't work out real well. And Gibbs is gone. I don't see him going corner. I don't think if Belichick's ever drafted a corner in the first round. I know he hasn't drafted a wide receiver, or he's drafted one wide receiver, but I don't think he's ever drafted a corner in the first round. I could be wrong by that. Somebody's probably going to fact check me in the chat right now, but I'm pretty sure he's never gone corner in the first round. Not that I could think of anyway.
I'm just waiting for the pick to come in. Goodell is just getting on the stage for the Commanders pick because that ceremony for the Make-A-Wish slowed it down a little bit, I believe.
Yeah.
It's 9 picks to the Giants, right?
I have no idea, Taco.
So you've got New England, Detroit, Tampa, Seattle, Chargers, Baltimore, Minnesota, Jacksonville, Giants. 9. So you're right after the Jags, yeah.
We might have a shot at a wide receiver, man.
You do.
A good one.
Oh, you're gonna have a shot at a wide receiver because I can tell you right now, Tampa's not taking one, Seattle's not, Chargers not, Baltimore.
Chargers could.
Baltimore's probably not. Minnesota might. So you're probably looking at maybe 2. But even if they take 2, you still got 4 on the board.
Yeah. So here's what I want to bring. Yeah, JSN. Well, here's the thing about Addison. Oh wait, here we go. The Patriots selection is in, and I am not happy because it's a good pick. Patriots has selected cornerback Christian Gonzalez.
Makes sense.
So after I talked all that shit about Bill not doing it, he fucking pulls the trigger on it.
I mean, think about it though. Some people had him as high as like top 5.
Well, some people had him as the first corner off the board. Some had him as the first defensive player off the board.
Yeah, I had him as my number 1 corner.
So this is a steal for Bill when you think about it.
Oh yeah,
it's everything he dreams of. A solid defensive player that he can plug in for the life of his contract, get rid of him when his contract's over, and just upgrade him to somebody else.
After 4 years, let his ass fucking walk.
Yeah. Or just trade him for a couple of new picks for the next year.
So what I was going to say about the Chargers at wide receiver. So I know Jeff knows this. Jordan Addison started at Pittsburgh. His wide receiver coach left right at the same time that he left. His wide receiver coach became the wide receiver coach for the USC Trojans. Now, this year, he is the wide receiver coach for the LA Chargers.
So again, what was the reason why Gonzalez slid so far?
I think it was team need.
Really?
I don't think it was him.
I see a lot of people saying that this is a perfect fit for Bill.
Yeah. He's the same. He's the same kind of as like McCourty.
Physical cornerback.
Yeah, physical.
Got it. I mean, shit, man. When you think about how he likes to play and being in that, AFC East, he needs a physical cornerback. These guys like to run or break the pocket. You have quarterbacks that like to escape. You have running backs that are gonna run. So their cornerbacks gonna have to do, probably help out.
And then look at the wide receivers too. You got Tyreek, you got Garrett.
Yep.
You've got Stephon. Like you've got some like. I mean, you could actually probably put all 3 of those in the top 7 wide receivers in the NFL, and they probably wouldn't have a whole lot of disagreement on that. So getting a shutdown corner isn't a bad thing. I was just surprised because that's not a typical Bill move.
Yeah, no, it's a great move. It's just not a Bill move.
Yeah.
He normally
usually does some weird shit like last year when he took the offensive lineman out of the middle of fucking nowhere from North Dakota, like that no one heard of. Like
now. I guess the next question that I really think about is like in that division, do they even have a chance to like?
No. All three teams are better.
Yeah, not
even on paper.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I almost feel like this is gonna be a team that's gonna be going for a quarterback next year, and they're just literally just getting the assets, building themselves up. They'll
Taco,
probably be
stop
sellers at the
disappearing.
deadline.
Taco, stop disappearing.
Yeah, I probably need another light or something. I don't know why it does.
Like all I see is your neck.
The only way the Patriots have a chance next year, the only way they do, is if we all know what's going to happen. Tua gets hurt again. Boom. Dolphins are out. All right, one's out. The only way they have a chance after that is if something happens with Josh Allen and the Bills and they start to break down, or the Jets, like we were a fluke. And all of our guys starting the sophomore slump, Brees Hall coming back, Garrett goes into a slump, Sauce Gardner comes down a little bit. That's the only way they have a shot. But even then, both the Bills and the Jets are so deep. It would take such a drastic improvement, not from a coaching standpoint, because we all know whether you hate him or love him, Bill's probably one of the greatest coaches to have ever coached football at any level in this country. It's not a coaching. It's whether or not those players on the Patriots can step up and pull next man up, because there's always a chance. As much as I hate him, you can never count out the Patriots because it's fucking Bill. Bill can do anything. I watched him play Troy Brown at corner and he got an interception. Shit can happen, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they have a shot in hell. But when Tua gets hurt, and he will, unfortunately, which whether or not you like Tua or not, what's going on with Tua is sad for football and sad for Tua.
It is.
So it's going to take one of the other two is going to have to falter. Either something's going to happen with the Bills, or the Jets are going to have to fall apart, and they can slide into an early playoff spot because the South is so weak. The West is going to eat itself up, and the North is probably going to do about the same. They're going to eat themselves alive. So it's up and down. But I got to go take my wife to interview. She's got an interview at Hustler for a Cocktail Girl. So
nice.
I'm going to go take her to go do that. And I'll see you boys later.
All right, see you.
Yeah, later, boys.
Peace.
Pleasure.
Absolutely.
All right, so it's me and you, Taco.
You
need to get on camera because I can't see you at all. There you go. Now I can see your ass.
Like, bro, I don't even know what. You know what it is? Because I use the virtual green screen. Because like at my old house I used to live at, I had my regular green screen, or my parents' house, I should say. Now, I mean, I'm still looking for like a new permanent place. So we've just been looking for a house, but this shit's been crazy out here. So I don't know.
Every single time you turn your head to the TV, your whole body disappears.
It's a cool trick. I'm a magician.
All right, so question for you.
Yeah.
Where do you think Detroit goes?
I think
I'm waiting for the pick.
With them going running back and just kind of fucking shit up, I don't know if they're going to go conventional or unconventional. But I mean, theoretically, like you would think they would probably need someone on defense to help bolster that. They already have a pretty solid offense. You already went running back early on. From what I remember, they have a pretty good offensive line already. So I would probably say I would go defense. Man, this Gonzalez kid looked like he got some swag though.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, he got a little dap with his sister. Okay, I see you swag. Damn, Tampa Bay, Seattle. We're getting close to the Giants now. Like shit. This is gonna get interesting. This is gonna get interesting. All four of the top wide receivers are still on the board. Oh, I got hit.
I got it. I just got it. So I will announce it. This is surprising to me. The Detroit Lions have selected linebacker Jack Campbell out of Iowa. That's crazy. That's a reach.
In the last, the Jets took someone out of Iowa State, and these guys are taking someone from Iowa. That's kind of hilarious that there's so much. I know it's two different schools, but I just find that funny.
There's some more,
and both of them being reaches.
Iowa. Well, this is the second guy from Iowa.
Yeah.
Iowa's got no good. Luke Van Ness, the guy that the Green Bay took. He's from Iowa too. So you got two.
But you guys were saying Luke Van Ness though is probably
he wasn't a reach.
Yeah. The other guys, though, seem like they are at 15.
I saw a mock. So speaking of the guy from Iowa State, I saw him as recently as yesterday by someone from, I forget where, but they're big. Mock to the Chiefs at 31. And he got taken at, 15. So I don't know.
Interesting. It's interesting. I mean, then again, these guys have gotten more hands-on training. They met the personalities. It might be like a small talent difference, but a big personality difference, or a big scheme difference, or a big mentality difference. And when you're running a real life football team, that stuff matters. Like guys that fit well with your system, mesh well with your personality. That stuff matters. Damn.
God damn
it. Detroit basically reached twice, but they at least traded back, right? If I remember correctly, they traded back.
This was their pick. Yeah. This one was their pick.
Yeah. But geesh.
Raj Levis's, I didn't see it. I didn't look, but his girlfriend is a dime piece. I think his sister, I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure this kid was invited to the draft room, right?
Who? Levis? He's there.
Yeah. That sucks. I hate when that happens. That's the worst part about the draft room is those kids where you're expected, you have those rumors where you might go in the top 5, and now you're all the way down to like what, the 20s?
19.
Go day
18. Oh yeah, it'll be 19.
Yeah.
Next. Does Minnesota take him if he falls to him at 22? And have him sit behind Cousins, since Cousins only has one more year?
The question is, does someone trade back up and get him to sit like a team like Tennessee, like you said?
But how long do they have? But what I'm saying is the Vikings are only 3 picks away.
Right. No, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying also, in addition to the Vikings, does another team say, let's trade back up?
I want to get in front of them.
Yeah, like say, let me get this guy before, because like you have Tampa Bay and Seattle, where maybe you could go to Seattle and get them to trade back and
Jack
get
Campbell, linebacker, Iowa, Aiden.
So it's interesting. It's very interesting. It's funny. They had Lions needs, and in their top 5, they had running back. So I guess ABC's having a little bit slow on their upgrading of their graphics.
So Tampa Bay's pick is in. I am waiting for the update. So Tampa Bay did not trade. Does Tampa Bay take Will Levis?
That's an interesting scenario. But I feel like with having Baker Mayfield there, I feel like you kind of just let it run.
But I'm saying,
and next year you'll get a chance. You'll get a chance at, if you suck at a top flight quarterback, and you can kind of reset. But if Baker's good, you would kind of be wasting your pick on Levis, especially if you saw something in Baker and you're like, you believe in him.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, man. From everything I'm hearing with Levis, I feel like I'd probably rather run Baker and just get another piece to complement that team. Maybe even another wide receiver, because you only really have Godwin and Evans, and maybe
I got the pick, Taco.
What'd they get?
With the 2019th pick, the 2023 draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select defensive tackle Kalaja Canty out of Pittsburgh.
That makes sense.
I like it.
Yeah. I mean, I know what everyone's saying. You got to see what happens for the rest of the season, but that division is a total toss-up. It's anyone's game. It's anyone's game. Like
he looks Levis looks right now like he does. Yeah, the blonde is his sister. The other one is his dime piece. But Levis looks like he is afraid he's going to fall out of the draft of the first round.
Yeah. This is the worst part about it too, is that when this kind of slide is like, at least if you're home without the cameras on it, you can like go somewhere, get like a little bit of a second to de-stress, to get away. Here, all cameras, all eyes are on you. Every move, every motion you make, like that shit will follow you forever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is, I just feel bad for the kid. I just really feel bad for the kid.
And then you got Joey Porter who's falling too. Oh, Raj just called in. Raj, here, I'm going to put your comment on the board, Raj.
I mean, that's better than DK.
Taco, yeah, okay.
Oh well, no, he went to like the 4th round, right?
Who?
Where did Willis go? Drafted
Like
third round,
second or third.
Yeah,
but he's just saying the slide.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's almost like DK Metcalf. I was so shocked when he.
Yes, but here's the problem: the day before the draft, DK Metcalf was not being projected to be the number 1 pick.
Yeah, you're right about that.
That's the scary part.
But I felt like all that shit was smoke signals from the way it was coming because of the,
no, I did too. There's no way.
I don't know the sources it was coming in from and the way it was coming in, just it didn't seem right. Like it felt like the Colts were throwing smoke.
So Seattle took Devon Witherspoon with their first pick. They're on the clock now. Taco, where do you think Seattle goes? Positional.
I mean, you could always go with another offensive lineman. Like, I feel like that's the default. But, I mean, they'll probably end up going offensive line or defense. I think that's kind of what you do at this point. They don't really need a wide receiver when you have DK and you have Lockett. You can get someone in the later rounds, like you guys were saying, where they're 2nd and 3rd round value. I mean, maybe tight end. There's a solid tight end still available right now, right?
Yeah, there's multiple.
But you have Noah Fant, so do you necessarily need to go tight end?
Yeah, I think you could.
You have Walker, so you don't need running back. Like
no, running
back.
Like, running back is not it. Raj, I think you might be right. Raj says Nolan Smith.
Is he linebacker, right?
Like edge.
Edge.
Or linebacker. No, linebacker, yeah.
The Chargers are an interesting one. They probably go defense as well.
I hope they don't. They could go wide out.
That will be interesting because Keenan Allen is available this year for them, right?
Next year, this is his last year.
Yeah.
And it's not like Josh Palmer has done much.
And it's not like Mike Williams isn't hurt every single season of his career.
That's my point. But I don't like. Here's the thing: not a single wide receiver has gone off the board yet.
I know this is great for the Giants. Okay, this is like the market moving to us.
Here's the thing: you either take JSN or Quentin Johnson, or you take nobody, Taco, because Zay Flowers is not the right type of wide receiver for you because you already have a bunch of slots.
We need a big play guy that can go in the red zone and get it.
Yeah, you already have a bunch of sluts on your team.
Yeah. I agree, because that's why Kenny Galladay theoretically made sense. It's because Kenny Galladay was an alpha.
Oh, he made sense. He just didn't do anything.
Yeah, it's like everyone is like, "Oh my god!" But you signed Kenny Galladay. I mean, theoretically, when you look at how Kenny Galladay played and what he did, he fit and he made sense. But I think the price tag was just too much for him.
And a quick alert, because I know Taco won't mind me saying this because other people don't like when we bring up other sports during the draft. The Atlanta Hawks are only 6 minutes or in the 4th quarter up by 3 over Boston. There's time left. There's time left, but they're up by 3.
My dream. Knicks going to the finals, baby. I don't know if we're gonna win.
Okay, Raj has a proposition for you, Taco.
Deontay Johnson for
this pick.
I think the question becomes, if those 2 receivers you're saying are on the board, I look at the way the team is, I probably don't do that then because I can keep the cash. I'd get more control over this wide receiver. I already have a decent little core. I probably, if the 2 guys but if they're not there, then probably I would be interested. But it really depends then on who's on the board. Although I wouldn't mind taking another defensive guy to add into Wink's system. I don't think we would go safety, but I could see us using another cornerback.
Corner?
Yeah.
What if Joey Porter was still there?
I think that could be a very interesting fit for the team. Because we have a decent rush already. We already have.
Use them. Minnesota and Baltimore could also use them.
Yeah. I mean, who couldn't use a fucking quarterback? That's the one thing. It's like wide receiver. It's almost like a position that because you need so many of them that you can draft a couple and always be good.
Watch Seattle go back-to-back cornerbacks.
Possible. Very possible. Jacksonville is another interesting team that might take a cornerback.
Yeah, I've seen corner. I've also seen the number 1 safety, Branch from Alabama.
See, like, I don't know. With college football, it's like, I feel like college football is like boxing. That shit is like so spread out with so many different quote unquote weight classes and belts and this and that I'm just like, ugh. And then when you look at football, football is like UFC. All that shit is streamlined. It's
You mean the NFL, not football.
Yeah, well.
Football is the sport.
Yeah. NFL. The NFL is streamlined. That shit is nice and easy to follow. It makes my life fucking beautiful. And it just like, that's why you fall in love with it. It's just like, but like college, like, because I didn't grow up with a college team or like, I'm not in like, one of those towns that like is like a college town or anything.
Oh, and like I'm not either.
So then how'd you get so much into college football? Just your love for football?
Just football, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, I loved when, because I was in band, so I went to all the
me here.
in high school.
Yeah.
So like I watched a lot of high school football and that's how I fell in love with football, because I was like, oh shit, this is fucking fire. And we actually had a good team. Like my freshman year, we won the regional championship. Yeah. And then my senior or my junior year, we also won that championship. So it was interesting.
Okay, like Seahawks have 45 seconds on the clock.
I still haven't seen anything coming for that pick either.
Like nothing.
Yeah. Pete Carroll's like, fuck, what do we do, man?
I don't know if they know yet. I mean, they could have a trade in.
They're like, can we put in an automatic trade request?
I mean, they could have. No, I mean, they could have someone trying to move up to get a wide receiver, because think about it. Chargers, Baltimore, Minnesota, and you guys could all use a wide receiver.
For real, though,
Baltimore. Pick is in.
For real, though, Baltimore. Because with all their guys that get hurt, and you signed Odell to that good money, but like you don't know what you're gonna get. And I think he could be great, and you just got Lamar back. It's kind of like homie was saying with the Jets. Like, go all the way in. Like you've already made some moves. Get him that extra piece. Everyone always seems to get hurt. You'll have depth. It won't put the rookie into a position where he has to be good early. I love the idea of a wide receiver to the Ravens, especially since Bijan isn't there. Because if Bijan was there, it's a no-brainer.
Here we go. Pick is in. Seahawks select wide receiver Jackson Smith-Njigba out of Ohio State University.
Really?
Oh my! So here, I want to bring this up real quick before I let you go, Taco. Yeah. Because this is dynasty related, and it's very important to me.
Yeah.
In one quarterback leagues, Bijan, I'm just taking out the quarterbacks for right now. It's the only reason I'm doing it, not for rankings. Bijan was number 1, JSN is number 2, and Gibbs was number 3, and that was the way it is. Does Gibbs go into a backfield with the Lions, and Jackson Smith-Njigba going to a wide receiver core already with DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, change things? Who would you rather have? Would you rather have Gibbs or would you rather have JSN?
I mean, the problem with Dynasty is that it would depend on what my team is. Like, if I'm
that high, you're not doing that. You got to remember, in that high, you're going BPA.
If I'm going BPA, then I'm probably taking that wide receiver and hoping they make a trade.
Okay, that makes sense. Hey, Raj, put in the chat, which one would you rather have? Actually, everyone do it. But Dynasty, would you rather have Gibbs with the landing spot, or would you rather have JSN with the landing spot?
Because I mean, the question is, will the Lions ever go to like a true one back?
No, but that's my point.
And if they don't, then
Jamal ended up as Jamal and Swift were able to eat more. Jamal was able to eat, and now you put Seattle, put him in a 3 wide receiver set.
Jamal ate off Goofy. Like, he had a lot of touchdowns, but it wasn't like he was running for like great yards per carry or he wasn't catching balls. He had like 14 or 15 touchdowns. That was the reason why he was so good.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
but what
and
I'm saying
he had
is
a lot of little short touchdowns that he vultured.
Yeah,
and some of it was a little bit lucky. He had won like 3 or 4 touchdown game, and I don't know. I don't know what I think. I don't trust it. I mean, I like when I hear that trade for the Seahawks, I feel like they're gonna trade either Lockett or Metcalf, and there's a market.
Who do you trade?
There's a market for wide receivers. You know that teams like the Chiefs are looking for a wide receiver. You could probably trade a guy like Lockett. You know that the Bills are looking for a wide receiver.
Raj, I'm glad you put that way. Raj said exactly what I was thinking because I agree with you. Jamal was a product of the situation. He's not coming close. I get that. I'd probably go, but he's still going Gibbs. I mean, okay, I'll be honest. Here's the reason I ask. I'm at 102 in the league, and I don't know if I want either one.
I mean, then the other question is, how far off do you have some of these other guys, like one of the Flowers guys, like or some of the other guys that are going, there? Do they land?
If Addison ends up with the Giants, Addison is not. If Addison was to end up with the Giants at the number 2 wideout, I don't know if my gap between Jackson Smith and Jigba, Addison and Gibbs gets a lot closer.
Because that's the other thing. Like, the thing about fantasy, it's not about who's the most talented. It's about who's going to get the most work.
That's my point. That's why I think Addison, I would almost rather trade to 4 and see if I can get Addison.
That's like some of these situations in the real draft where you're like, fuck, how do I trade back? How do I trade back? What do you want to trade back? Like, I'll just do it for the same pick. We could just swap.
Raj says, I definitely got to see where Flowers and Addison go. I agree, Raj. I'm just thinking.
Here's the other thing.
In the near future, I think one of those wide receivers is gone in the next 5 picks.
But how about this now? What under the radar guy now might go to a team with an opportunity and turn into that like dude, where all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, this guy normally wouldn't have had this kind of a draft, but he went to the perfect situation where they had nobody and he could just really just eat. Because we've seen it, the undrafted rookie, the late round pick that goes into a situation like who was last year? Pierce. We saw Pierce for a good section for Texas just all of a sudden come in, and he was like one of those rookie guys that was beasting. So I think you might have to start looking into some of those situations. And for your point, trading back might just give you the best benefit because you could take a couple of them.
That's the thing. Say you move 2 spots back, right?
Yeah.
Get a guy like Addison, and then just pick up a late second. You don't need a lot, and then just get an extra dart through.
Yeah, especially like if you're considering your team isn't that great at that point, you kind of just want more shots. Especially
even if it is good. Even if it is good, you just get value. You just get a pick. So, like, say, even ask for a 24-second. Get a 24-second, and then if you need to trade that later, then you can do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like when you look at a team like the Cardinals, who, they had a player that they liked at 3, and they got him at 6. You know what I mean? You trade down, you almost get the same guy that you want. So it's like, if you have guys on similar rankings, or like Mike's saying, like now Reed is popping up, or Addison is popping back up on his list, then if you can trade down and get a guy that's similar, in your mind's eye value, but at lower draft capital, you got to smash that all day. That's like when the Boston Celtics had the number 1 pick in the draft and they traded with the Philadelphia 76ers and they traded back because they wanted Jason Tatum and the Sixers wanted Markelle Fultz. And the Celtics were like, yeah, fuck yeah, we'll trade that because we're still going to get our guy and we're going to get assets. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of situation that you love and that this could be.
So the Chargers pick is in, and I have a feeling, I don't know yet, I'm looking. I have a feeling it's going to be Jordan Addison because of the connection with the wide receivers. And now that the wide receivers are off the board.
It would suck that the run would happen right before the Giants.
Here we go. Pick is in. The Los Angeles Chargers select wide receiver Quentin Johnston.
Yep. Uh-oh. TCU.
Here's the run.
There was questions about this kid, right?
Yeah. He's big, but he doesn't play big. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't play like a big guy.
Yep. He has the size, but he plays smaller than he really is. Yeah,
it might be a little bit of a product of the offense. So I do want to say I agree that they needed Quentin or they needed a wideout. I don't think this was I don't think this was the right player.
Is he too much like Keenan Allen?
See a smaller version, if he's a little skinnier version of Mike Will. Right?
Interesting.
I mean, I don't know. But he's not my top. Let's just say that. I would have taken Addison ahead of him. And I'm surprised they didn't because Addison's wide receivers coach is now the wide receivers coach.
So now there's Flowers and Addison still left.
And you got Baltimore, Minnesota, and Jacksonville in front of you.
Jacksonville better not take a wide receiver with everything.
No, but I can see Minnesota and Baltimore.
You're right. Theoretically speaking, you're right.
However, it just seems like a Baltimore pick because Baltimore always comes up big in the draft, right? Would you agree with me?
Oh
Taco?
Man, you see the guy? Do you see Will Levis in the draft room?
Yeah, he's not happy.
They're trying to talk to him to try to like then the cameras on him, so they're trying to just keep him engaged, but he is feeling it. And
there's a picture of him almost looking like he's like gonna cry, but he's not. Just his face.
Yeah. I mean, dude, this has to be such an emotion. Like to see that you've gone up to 4 and now to be coming down this way. Like,
well, no, not even 4. Last night it was number 1 because the Reddit article.
I didn't see. I definitely saw Colts were locking in on him. Like that was the big one. But
there was rumors last night that there was a Reddit article saying they were trying to and it actually got enough bets that Vegas changed the odds for a little bit.
Yo, the power of fucking Reddit, man. From Wall Street bets to fucking this. Oh man. All right, Baltimore is interesting because I mean technically they have some wide receivers there.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say real quick is Baltimore always does good at the draft.
Yes,
they could go. I think that this is if it's not a wide receiver, if it's not a wideout,
defense,
it's Joey Porter Jr.
That's the cornerback, right?
Yeah.
And that's a thing too. Like if he ends up sliding, I could see the Giants taking him as well.
Yeah.
So it really depends. And so like Addison Aiden saying about Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith was supposed to be drafted a lot higher. And
Nolan Smith has fallen too. You're right. It could be either one of these two would be fine with me, but I just have a weird feeling that it's going to be Joey.
Why would you say these guys are necessarily sliding right now?
Nolan had some injury concerns. He only played half the year last year. And I think there might have been some off the field. Joey, I'm not sure why. He was in the mid. I mean, Joey was never deemed like top 10. He was more like looking at like the only reason people thought he was going to go at 16, honestly, Taco, was because Pittsburgh had the pick. I think it was more going to be around, 18 to 20, 19 to 21, 20.
So he's kind of right in his range right now.
He's I would say if he falls past Dallas, I'm calling that a slide.
Got it.
That draft spot.
Got it.
So if he falls past 23, 24, if he goes to 27, I could see it being a little bit of a,
Do you think there's any more running backs that'll be drafted in this round?
No.
How many more?
I saw Gibbs going around right now.
How many more wide receivers do you think are going to go? 2 more, I would say.
Flowers is the last one.
Flowers and
Addison.
So 2 more you have?
Unless a team in the back end does something weird with Hyatt, but I really hope not.
Got it.
Hint, hint. I hope not.
Eh.
If you can guess, there's a certain team in the back end of the draft. Let's just say there.
Listen, I see it easily being. There has been a trade.
Well, here's
Tyler
the thing.
Lockett.
No, I could see that. I also saw something last night said that we should be calling Washington for Chase Young.
Ooh. I mean, listen, man. Pass rushers in the playoffs.
Remember, we lost Frank Clark. We don't have him anymore.
Really?
We let him go. We let him walk.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, man. JC has brass balls. Like when they let.
God damn it, Raj! I wasn't even. I didn't say it out loud. You can't jinx it, Raj. Raj. That's like Taco saying turnovers in the middle of the fucking playoff game. You don't say it out loud. You don't manifest that shit. We just got rid of freaking McCall Hardman. We can't freaking get another gimmick play.
Oh man!
God damn you, Raj.
You know, I gotta say that was a magical Super Bowl run for the Chiefs. Magical.
Raj, stay in Canada. We don't want you here.
Yo, Baltimore really got me fucking shipping right now.
Love you, Raj.
I mean, there's a couple of really good players on the board, it sounds like right now, between the 2 wide receivers and the 2 defensive players. It sounds like there's 4 pretty good options for the Giants on the board right now. How many offensive linemen do you see going off before the end of this draft? Well, this end of this first round, I should say.
I'm not sure. God damn it, Raj. You say this as I am currently sitting in the States. What are you doing in the States? I was going to say something that sounded a little more mean, but I'm not going to. What are you doing in the States? The Baltimore front office looks very, very happy right now.
Why does it feel like they would go defense?
I'm telling you. Oh my God. With the pick, number 22 overall in the 2023 draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Zay Flowers, wide receiver.
It makes sense.
But that's not good for you, Taco.
You're
Minnesota
right.
needs a slot.
But at the same point in time, if we can get a legit cornerback, I'm not mad.
Oh, gotcha.
Because, I mean, let's face it, it might almost be harder to get a good cornerback than it is to get a good wide receiver. Because, like you guys said, I mean, it's not elite, but rounds 2 through 4, it sounds like there's a bunch of wide receiver talent available.
There's a bunch.
So I'm not fiending necessarily for, like, if there's a difference maker wide receiver, yeah, I'm all for it. But if you're telling me there's a difference maker at cornerback, I'm liking that. If you're telling me there's a difference maker at a linebacker position, at a guy that could really be a solid tackler to add on to what we're doing, I think that's interesting. I know that we just got a linebacker in free agency. So it'll be interesting. But I would like the cornerback probably most right now, all things considered. Although Addison, like you said, sounds like he'd be a good fit for our team. But I can see Jacksonville just taking that cornerback. Like that just makes sense, especially considering how loaded right now they are on offense.
Yeah.
Minnesota could also be looking at defense.
Yeah, but I mean, I also see them looking at what do you call it too?
Wide receiver. I mean, the run has begun. I mean, we're looking at
Only one more that I consider first round.
3 wide receivers in a row. Like they literally went in a row.
All right, so Zay Flowers just got on stage. So we have 3 wide receivers in a row. We got Seahawks taking JSN, Chargers taking TCU's Quentin Johnson, and Ravens getting Boston College Zay Jones. The question now,
If Addison went to Minnesota, that would probably not move him on your board. Probably put him maybe in like where would that put him as far as these 4 wide receivers
Addison?
that drafted?
Addison right now is my number 2.
I'm saying if he got drafted to Minnesota,
2.
he would be your number 2.
Here's the thing. Quentin Johnson went somewhere with 2 other wide receivers. Zay Flowers went somewhere with, I know Rashad Bateman's not great, but he also went somewhere with Rashad Bateman, Mark Andrews, and not a passing offense.
And OBJ.
Yeah, I forgot about OBJ. And OBJ. And then JSN went to Seattle with DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. Is there that much of a there's not. If those teams, if they went in and it was like, hey, Chris Olave last year was like, oh Garrett, where it's like, hey, you're going to be the stud dude. These guys are all going into these guys are all going into committees.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Zay Flowers looks small.
Oh, he is small. He's tiny.
He is.
He's tiny.
Yeah, you could see it. But that's the thing. Like I feel like OBJ's not the biggest wide receiver either. How big is Bateman? Bateman, I think, is a little bit on the bigger side.
I'm not sure. So we got, who do we have on board again? Oh, we got Minnesota on the clock. Yeah, I like Zay to the. I do like Zay to the. What do you call it? But
to Ravens, that he could end up being the number 1. Like he does have legit shot to go straight to that number 1 spot.
Yeah.
I think with the players on the board, I'm happy with any of the top 3 that we've been talking about. Joey Porter, Smith, Reed, Addison, like, oh, that's a dope. Zay Flowers' dad got a dope little ensemble. The black suit with the although it is kind of much. I probably would have went with a different tie, or maybe no tie in that kind of scenario. Man, if you went to this kind of event, Mike, what color suit would you wear?
I'm wearing a jersey. What are you talking about? If I had to wear a suit, probably just
if you're a player showing up.
Black with I mean right now black with red, probably some kind of red. Like red? I don't know what I would have, like maybe black with red piping and then red something on the inside, like a red checkered on the panel.
Cool. Would you put your favorite home team, or would you just go neutral because you wouldn't know where you'd be going?
Know where I'm going. If I'm going to work the draft next year, like if I got a gig where I could go work the draft and I had to wear a suit, like they do on what do you call it? And I could get away with having the Chief logo on the inside, I would.
Like I've seen some of those jackets. Like who was it? R.J. Barrett when he got drafted by the Knicks. He had one of those inside linings that had the Knicks on it. I thought that shit was so cool. And like he grew up a Knicks fan, so it was like it all just like came together like perfectly. So I always thought that was so cool.
So Minnesota's still on the clock.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything for them.
No, I got it. Dov has been pretty good.
Come on.
My buddy just texted me and said that he would wear an old school suit with top hat like a boss.
Like that would be so dope, bro. Because like this is like you know how like celebrities have like the Met Gala and like all those events they go to. This is like the real like this is like your prom of football. Like you know what I mean? Like you gotta come and like have some fucking fun.
I like how they're coloring. They're changing the colors of the stage and the water fountain. At the draft, because the water fountain's there, so it's kind of cool.
Where is this being held in the town? Like, is it far from the stadium?
Yeah. It's near downtown.
Yeah.
That big thing that looks like a big tower, that big tall tower.
Huh?
That's the World War I museum.
Oh.
That's the National World War I museum.
Oh.
And where it's at, it's on a hill. When you look down the hill, because it's a good picture taking spot. When you look down the hill, you see where the spot's at.
Woohoo! I am
Welcome back.
Told you I wasn't going to be gone too long.
Really? You're back.
What? That was what?
Hour and a half, not a half hour to 45.
Was it an hour and a half?
Yeah. We've been on air for 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 20 seconds on the new stream.
Okay.
Yeah. Robbie's on Narcos time.
So, do you know everything, or do you need a rundown?
I have been paying attention. We ended up with Forbes.
The wide receivers has gone crazy. 3 wide receivers in a row.
JSN with that Seattle.
So here's a question. JSN to Seattle, Quentin Johnson to the Chargers, and Zay Flowers to Baltimore. Which one do you like the most, and which one do you like the worst, Robbie?
Wait, say that again.
JSN to Seattle, Quentin Johnson to the Chargers, Zay Flowers to the Ravens, back to back to back. Which one do you like the most, and which one do you like the worst?
I think that it hurts JSN being there with, the Metcalfs and, even though he's aging with like Lockett. But learning from those two, being that offense, maybe he works his way into being the two. And then, Lockett eventually, goes somewhere else. You just can't, you just really can't deny everything that we said about him pre-landing spot.
I have a new landing spot for you. The Minnesota Vikings select wide receiver Jordan Addison.
I like that for them.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That's solid as fuck. Solid as fuck for them. I really thought that Zay Flowers was gonna end up with the Chargers. It's weird, them flip flopping with the Ravens. There with that one, I don't really care who the Ravens get at receiver, and until proven that they can really be the guy that has that dog in them.
So do you if you I don't remember what your rankings were. If you had Zay Flowers in front of Quentin Johnson, and say they were 3-4, say it was right there 3-4, Does Zay Flowers going to Baltimore and Quentin Johnson going to the Chargers flip it, or you have Quentin Johnson in front of Zay?
I think that both teams have something to prove in terms of them picking up receivers.
Okay.
Neither are on teams that do really well at establishing. Well, the Chargers already have their one, and they're going to stick with that. They're going to ride that out till the wheels fucking fall off.
Robbie is going to love Jordan Addison, not because he's from Maryland, but look what he's wearing.
His suit is so fucking fire. That suit is so fire. It's like cherry blossoms, kind of like roses, kind of like dill, like type of thing. But no, like I think that both of those guys are in places to where it's like, yo, you need to prove that you could be something, and you need to outwork the man that's in front of you.
Giants just traded up one pick. They just traded one pick to in front of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So Taco.
Oh, they're going defense.
As their resident, are they taking Joey Porter Jr.?
They're probably going up for Smith.
They're going for Nolan Smith.
Nolan Smith.
I don't know. Either one of the two. I think they both make sense. A linebacker or a cornerback, especially if Nolan Smith's supposed to be as good as he was projected. He was projected to go a lot higher than this, right?
Yeah, he was.
So 24 for 25, 160 and 240.
That suit is really just clean as fuck, and it really kind of goes well with the hat. I mean, not it's not like completely goes with it, but I mean, like it's pulling it off. It's pulling it off. That's about to be nasty. Fuck. The Vikings are so fantasy.
Thank you, Robbie. Thank you.
The Vikings are so fantasy friendly.
Robbie, KJ Osborne equals Tyler Boyd.
Yep.
Kirk Cousins equals your savior.
Well, because so here's what's happening right now in the NFL, and this is kind of what happens when you know everything that we were saying about the running back market. Something has to happen on the other end, right? And that's where the receiver market has happened. Kind of how we saw a transition in the NBA where it was like, yo, like you need a super team, you need a big three. Oh wait, okay, now you need to be able to shoot from the 3-point. We're learning where it's like, okay, no, I need 3 straight up dogs. Like the days of having like just a pure one and then a really good running back and then like a good quarterback, those days are gone. The days of, I could just, completely just take over a game running the ball. Like those days are gone. Like you need to have 3 legitimate guys that can take the game vertical, great crossing routes, come with a lot of speed. Everyone able to complement each other and go out there and win ball games. And Minnesota just did that with that fucking move.
But it reminds me of that. It does remind me, and Seattle now too. It reminds me of that 3 wide receiver set like Cincinnati did.
Everyone's copying Cincinnati.
Copying. Now you got Chargers. Chargers have 3 right now, even though I don't think one of them's there next year. Chargers got one. I think Keenan Allen's gone after this year.
I think Keenan Allen's gone. I think either Keenan Allen or Williams are like someone has to go.
It's one of the two, probably Williams. And Palmer isn't that much, but you got Seattle, you got Cincinnati. Now you got who
Mike.
Lobble.
The second you know the pick, you interrupt whoever's speaking and you let me know because now I'm on edge because we traded up for this. So
you mean let the world know, let the viewers know. We're not here for you. We're here for everyone.
All right, here we go. Announcement. Be quiet. Announcement on the floor. With the pick number 24 overall in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Giants are selecting cornerback out of Maryland, Deontay Banks. Great pick.
Great pick. Probably not what
I thought they were going to do.
I don't think that they should have did that. Their corner is so deep. They could have did that later.
They shouldn't have moved up. They should have just waited and seen what.
Yeah, they should have waited.
If Jacksonville took a corner, then they could have taken the other corner or Nolan Smith.
That's fucking kind of stupid, bro.
Not for 2 picks.
Yeah, no, that was dumb. Why didn't you go get a receiver?
Who?
There's not a first round receiver left. All 4 are gone.
4 just
Yeah.
They went 4 in a row.
But to trade up, I would have just waited at that point.
That's what I'm saying. I don't mind the pick. If he would have been taken by the Jags, you only went up 1 pick.
And there was still, like you said, Joey Porter Jr. on the
Joey Porter, you had Banks, and Smith.
There was no need. Damn.
That was their guy. That was their guy.
Yard.
Apparently, hey.
That don't know. Hey.
My friend who's a Giants fan is actually saying that's what we wanted before the draft started. So that's interesting. That's interesting. I mean, hey, listen. I said we would probably need a cornerback or the linebacker. It's just a different cornerback. So
much more trimmed. It looks a little bit more trimmed up, honestly, or at least shaped up.
Well, I did. Remember, like 2.5 weeks ago. I haven't done anything since then. So who here has watched the show Ted Lasso?
I've seen clips. I don't really,
At work, they call me Coach Beard because
shit.
There's a character named Coach Beard, and
Coach
he looks
Beard,
just like this. Everyone says that I am Coach Beard.
I mean, hey, I like it better when it's shaped up. When it's like nice shaped up and trimmed, I like it a lot.
Then I'm coming to Ohio with a freaking scraggly, like I look like an Amish bitch.
No, then you'll just blend in with the locals.
I know.
Ew.
Oh, hey, I'll get a discount at Waffle House.
Fucking people in Canton don't look like they bathe.
Well, you went to the ghetto to go to the liquor store. That's on you.
The whole fucking place is.
Hey,
there's no really way to avoid that.
No name drop, but it's not. We didn't see that at that one bar we went to. The bar
No.
The one we sat outside.
Oh, there's another trade. Bills are on the clock.
Oh no. Bills are getting Nolan Smith or Joey Porter.
I could see that. I like Smith here for them.
Bills traded 27 and 130.
With who?
Pick 25.
With Jacksonville. So Jacksonville's moved down twice in 1 pick.
There's something on the back end that Jacksonville is wanting.
They want something on the. Do they think Nolan Smith is going to slide that far? Or Branch? What about Branch from Branch, the safety?
Don't they have to replace Arden Key?
Yeah. Yeah, he went to Tennessee. I would have taken him here, though. I wouldn't have moved down. I would have taken him.
Literally, homie does not have to go far. Like the move from Maryland to New York is cheap. Well, once you actually get into New York, then it's like fucking.
So, how good is this quarterback? Like, is he a big guy? Is he a quick guy?
He's good. He's good. I just don't think you need to trade down
physical. I don't think. Yeah, you didn't need to pay that much.
We could have got him where we were.
Yeah. Weird things happen in the draft. Who knows? Who knows what they're thinking with those future picks? With those picks.
Yeah, unless the other team, the Bills, we're gonna take him, and the Jags said, "Hey, listen."
The only way that I think though that's a probability, Taco, is if the Bills were bluffing.
Well, I mean, they did trade up because the Bills did trade up to the spot that we have. So, I mean, clearly, I think the move right now is to jump ahead of Dallas. So it feels like it will be another cornerback.
Is Buffalo going in front of Dallas to take Dalton Kincaid or Michael Mayer?
A tight end for Buffalo would be so.
I don't know yet.
If you're Dallas, you have to royally fucking be pissed off at Buffalo right now.
I'm just saying.
You have to hate Buffalo.
Because they wanted a wide receiver or a tight end weapon. And now that the 4 wide receivers are gone,
I was gonna say the Giants had needed a tight end until I remembered we had Waller, and I'm just like giddy. Like it makes me just like, I understand that, we want a wide receiver, but with the addition of Waller, and some of the other guys that we already have, I don't think it's as needed as it was last year.
I think that's I'm kind of scared that this. I mean, I'm kind of scared that this might happen.
What?
I think they might be going. Kincaid.
It is Kincaid.
No, I don't know yet. I'm thinking they could.
Oh, this kid is athletic.
Taco sees highlights of a freaking
Here we
player on
go.
the NFL Network. He's like, oh, he's athletic. He
Robbie,
hasn't watched a
zip it.
single fucking shred
Robbie,
of
zip
film all the time.
zip it good. With the 25th pick overall in the 2023 draft, the Buffalo Bills select Dalton Kincaid, tight end, screwed over Jerry Jones.
Yeah, that was a fuck over Dallas. That was purely the fuck over Dallas.
All right, how about this now? Where does Kincaid go in your rankings?
Well, they still have Dawson Knox.
I still need to see what happens. I need to see where Michael Mayer goes before I answer that question.
Exactly, yeah.
The reason I can answer that question with the wideouts is because they all went. Michael Mayer has not gone.
There's that, and you're only looking at you can purely right now only look at Kincaid through a dynasty lens.
Right.
With that, like you're not going out and drafting Kincaid in redraft, or you're not drafting Kincaid with the intention that he's going to start. You're picking up Kincaid.
Thank you, Raj.
Having him on,
you called it. Thank you, Raj.
Yeah, and having him on your squad, for a little bit, to ride. Buffalo's doing this so they can establish 12 personnel. And this is a get over the hump move.
Buffalo sent. So Jaguars got the 2 picks from the Giants, right? Then they just traded back and got 27 and 130 for 25. Good move, Jacksonville. If you weren't going to take a tight end because you have Evan Ingram, that's actually a good, smart move.
Jacksonville's being really smart here so far. I mean, we haven't seen what they've done with all this moving back. But what we are seeing is anytime someone's calling and they're fielding offers, like, okay, dope, that's not who we want. Okay, you're moving up to try and get that. Okay, we don't want that. If you're willing to pay to go up and get that, and we're not taking that anyways, let me take something else off your plate. I like what Jacksonville's doing here.
Especially because you figure Dallas probably won't take a linebacker. And if Nolan Smith is
Dallas is forced into a position here where they got it. They're
probably going to go with Meyer.
Yeah, you got to go Meyer.
And Jacksonville will sit back, pick up a couple of extra picks, and probably get the same guy that they would have had at 24, 27.
Little quick announcement.
Like a couple of 3 picks.
Looking at the draft board really quick, who's left on the clock for the rest of tonight? Unless the team trades back into round 1, Levis is sliding out of the first round.
First round, yeah. What did I say? He's a day 2 guy.
Because the only teams left are Dallas, Jacksonville, Cincinnati, New Orleans, who just spent all that money on Carr, Philly, and KC.
Unless someone moves up to Lamar Jackson, they trade and the Ravens traded back in at the end of the first round to get him.
Last pick.
Yeah, and isn't it 4-year contracts for second round picks and 5-year contracts for first round picks?
Yep.
So you do get an extra year with him. So there is a little bit of an incentive to maybe trade up if you want that 5th-year option possibility.
No one wants to fucking worry about a 5th-year option with Levis. No one cares about that.
Well, I think people are more. I think more in the chat. People are more in the chat. People are more want to talk about Levis's girls than his actual talent.
He's a blonde white boy that plays football. What are people shocked at?
So I saw a picture. I saw a picture of Brett Favre standing next to Wilson when they were doing a joint practice between the 2 teams.
Uh-huh.
And it said, and the caption was, Hey, dude, stay away from my mom.
Yeah. like, I mean, like same thing with Zach Wilson. Like, is it a
No,
shock?
that's what. Yeah, that's. Yeah.
Is it a shock that man is a cougar hunter? Like, you know what I mean? Like, look at him. He's like he's like fucking Zac Efron. Like, the fuck?
And he went to. No, I'll keep the religious jokes to myself.
Well,
I think Robbie knows where I was going.
I know where you're going to go.
Have you ever seen the Broadway play, the Book of Mormon?
God damn it! I was trying not to say it.
I'm talking about the Broadway play.
Really? Like earlier? Just be quiet.
No, I'm talking about I'm actually talking about the. I saw. Oh wow, look at that. Yo, even his mom can get it.
Wow.
I knew Robbie would get that. Man, I really feel bad for this kid though. Like the fact that your slide is being televised is just a little.
Hey, it happened with freaking Aaron Rodgers.
Lamar.
It happened with Johnny Manziel.
Oh yeah. My favorite are the then and now girlfriends. Those are my favorites. So the who players are dating now and who players end up marrying. That shit is my favorite.
Oh, dog. Can someone give me a status update on CeeDee Lamb's ex girl or current? Is that girl that was on draft day with him? How long did it take before she got cut?
Nah, the biggest flip of all was Russell Wilson.
Oh, I seen that one.
That was the biggest flip of all. He went from freaking chick that looked like she could have been cast in Smile to fucking Sierra, bro. That's an upgrade.
Yeah. I'm happy for this kid though to go to Buffalo.
Oh, I'm happy for Buffalo as a whole.
I love
Buffalo,
the pick. I love
Buffalo
the pick.
with 12 personnel is going to be so deadly.
I'm not gonna lie, this kid is from Utah, but like those kind of guys are perfect fits for Buffalo, New York.
Well, I mean, he's the number one. He's the number one tight end in his class.
He started his college career in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
He went to UC San Diego, not even San Diego State.
That's also why it's important to be paying attention to college film, Taco.
He's only been playing football for 4 years of his entire life. He only played his senior year in high school.
But has amazing fucking hand placement.
But see, I also feel like this is the beautiful part about me not knowing is that I have so many questions to ask that it gets me up to speed and educated because motherfucker between baseball, football, basketball, and like the Navy and work.
There's 3 minutes. There's 3 minutes on the clock left. I'm watching the TV right now, and Jerry Jones does not look like he knows who the hell he's taking.
Yeah, Jerry Jones looks like he's got the fucking pass a kidney stone.
He looks like
he's like Jerry
he's
Jones'
scared.
last couple of drafts. You have to consider Nolan option.
No, you really with this team you have to pay attention to their fucking body language. Oh, we got homie in the back scratching his head. Is that it?
That means Will Levis.
No.
I'm fucking with you.
I mean that that.
I know.
That was like to call shock and awe. So that's what we're like you know we're intending that it's gonna be Miles Murphy. Dallas will Dallas.
I mean, like what does it
Look,
say?
everything is like a dog and pony show. Why are the cheerleaders here? What the fuck? Like what is all of this parading like? No other organization has gone like as Hollywood.
Well, I mean, let's face it, they're like one of the highest valuated franchises, and Lord knows they're
fucking wins.
Bro, at the end of the day, it's a fucking business. I didn't win, but I made the most money. Oh my god, let me cry.
Jerry's laughing.
You guys
McCarthy looks like he has a very different viewpoint.
Are you guys watching NFL or ESPN?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes for what?
NFL.
Oh.
They're not even including McCarthy in the conversation.
ABC is fucking pissed.
They're not even including McCarthy in the conversation. Bro, Jerry Jones won't even fucking look at McCarthy. He has yet to make eye contact with his fucking coach.
pick is still only 50 seconds left. Now they're cheering. Look how happy Stephen Jones is, and look at McCarthy.
Yeah, I'm getting it here in a couple of minutes. I'm about 15-ish seconds behind you.
But just specifically Stephen Jones compared to McCarthy at first.
McCarthy's not happy. The most important person in the fucking room's not happy. The person that has to actually deal with these players.
That means it's defense. Because McCarthy only wanted offense.
He did not shake Jerry's hand first.
They got a punter.
Marquette.
They drafted
McCarthy has walked out the room. McCarthy has fucking walked out the room.
No, shut up.
McCarthy has walked out the room. So the way that camera in the war room is set up, it's set up to catch angles, and that left side is the door.
Go. I got it.
What is
McCarthy walked out the fucking room.
With the 26th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Cowboys select Nolan Smith.
I knew it.
Georgia.
I knew it.
They went defense.
Of course, because you know what? You don't really need a linebacker, but he's the best player available, and they did that shit with CD Lamb, and it worked out so well. Yep. And they're like, but do you need a linebacker on that team right now?
You put him you put him and Parsons on the opposite edges now.
I wonder about a personality clash between those two.
Oh, there is.
And
I already know.
Questions about character questions.
How do you wait? But now, because if you're Dallas, you got fucked on the ability to move up by letting the receiver run happen,
and then the tight end,
and then the tight end.
I think tight end was their pick.
They didn't go Smith. I've got something else. I got Mazzy Smith.
Yeah, who?
Defensive tackle. Mazzy Smith?
No.
Wait, hold on.
Defensive tackle Mazzy Smith.
Dov is wrong. I have Dov's freaking tweet.
Is Dov wrong?
Yep, he just said Dov changed it on his next tweet. 23 seconds.
It's Mazzy?
It's Mazzy Smith.
They changed
it. Dov had to send 2 tweets out. Yep, they're showing it on TV right now.
What the fuck?
I follow Ari. Ari got me hooked.
That's why. That's why McCarthy's upset. He wouldn't have.
Make sense.
McCarthy would have been okay with Nolan Smith. The last name got the last name is what got freaking Dov.
But I mean, I'll say this. I
won't penalize Dov for that one. But like, I mean, that's still a point on the board. But like, get it together, bro.
Last name, it's a point, half a point.
Yeah.
Now I understand why the difference between Stephen Jones with Nolan Smith. I was like, McCarthy's an idiot. But
bro.
Dude, there's only 5
first team left. All Big Ten.
Nobody mocked. I don't think anyone mocked that.
No, the only ones I saw him going to the only place I saw him going to in the first round was the Chiefs.
Is he does he play for Harbaugh or does Harbaugh?
No, yeah,
he does
for Harbaugh. Yeah,
he did. But yeah,
Rod's wanted him.
Sounds like he's just a good player that just maybe went a little bit higher. Steelers have 2 picks in the first.
So they did need a DT.
No, he just wanted them.
Oh.
Yeah, R.I.P. Murphy and Nolan Smith.
Okay, I'm keeping my mouth shut.
So now you would consider Porter sliding.
I'd probably say one more. Because Jeremiah had him on NFL Network. Jeremiah just had him as his 23rd overall prospect. So I mean, he's still only 4 picks away. But
he's kind of in the range.
Yeah, he's in the range. But here's the thing: the first overall pick in the second round tomorrow is Pittsburgh.
Mm. Oh, that lovely pick from Chicago. Chase Claypool.
The Chase Claypool pick.
I love that trade.
Robbie, what position does your closet team need right now? Your closet team's on the clock.
They need a fluffer, and Robbie's ready to fill that spot.
They need a corner.
Oh God.
Joey Porter Jr. Safety, but I mean,
Joey Porter Jr. in a Bengals jersey. Oh my God, Raj will lose his shit.
Let it happen. Let it rip. Let it rip.
No, I can't.
And there's no other running back.
I don't think that Levis is.
No, he's not.
Levis.
What about no more running backs?
I feel like I'll take the 25-year-old Herndon Hooker over fucking Levis.
Damn.
I don't want it to happen, Rob.
You were just saying you got to warm up to the possibilities of having a guy like Levis on your team, and now
he could still end up on your team. He could still end up on your team. Now, one of those things that you can also do is you can let someone else deal with the Levis headache.
So what you're saying is you could also end up on the Hooker's team as well.
All right, Jacksonville's pick is in.
Yeah, if you're drafting,
for the announcement.
You don't play Dynasty.
I was making a joke, man.
It's like, I was thinking, you ain't got to call me out like that. Yeah.
What the hell?
Rather than Hooker.
The Jacksonville Jaguars select offensive tackle Anton Harrison from Oklahoma. The only thing I want to say real quick is don't forget Cam Robinson is probably going to get suspended for PEDs.
Yeah. Okay.
They drafted need over player. That's why they dropped so far. They went need over player. That's fine.
Smart for them.
That's fine.
I'll let that be.
Need
Mike,
over player.
based on what you're seeing, what do you think we're doing?
Who?
Our boys.
Who's our boys? My team? They're never your team. My team. You wanted my team to have turnovers. They will never be your team.
He did come on.
You can't say that you're no. Take that off, blasphemy, little freaking New York wannabe biatch.
Who are our guys taking, bro?
I'm not jinxing it I will not give a prop. No, because Robbie's going to have to give me the camera when it's my turn. But what I'm saying is I will not make a prognostication.
There's BKB.
I will not
congrats
say
to your
anything
Seahawks
until we're on the clock because I don't want to jinx it and have one of our guys go first.
Oh, I love this.
Congrats to your Seahawks. Y'all got exactly what you needed.
Dude, Weatherspoon and freaking JSN. I don't know if they needed another wide receiver because there was other guys on the board I thought they would take.
I wholeheartedly believe that you have to have a big three now.
I think they trade.
I don't think that you can survive in today's NFL with having a Twin Towers anymore.
They could have traded back down, dude.
Huh?
They could have traded back down.
No, I'm happy with what Seattle did, bro. Honestly, I think Seattle's killing this shit right now. All
right, Jacksonville's going to be taking their linemen.
Geno Smith to JSN is going to be dirty, bro. That shit's going to be dirty. Yo, that's a. And think about all the times that DK drops the ball. Oh man. JSN's gonna fucking feast. I swear, Joey Porter Jr. is a Bengal. I will stick my balls in a hydraulic press. They better fucking not.
Listen, Raj, you got to do that at least live on Twitch if it happens.
Yep, you got to jump on the stream, bro.
Oh man, you can at least get some dono hype.
I mean, it's solid. It's solid for the Jags there. You know, get some size up front. You got a big boy. Came from a big pedigree school. You know, It's not bad. It's not bad.
He's 6'4", 315. They gave him an
He's
80
gonna have to.
overall grade.
He's really gonna have to be able to keep up with the vets in the game. I mean, picking up O-line in the NFL is very fucking hard. Very, 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 very fucking hard. I mean, we'll see here. I mean, especially with the whole Robinson suspension for the Peds, that man has a huge responsibility on his team.
All right, I'm back. I just had to get ready just in case. I can't
Hey.
miss the rest.
Aiden, it may not be what you were expecting, but to Mike's point and kind of just the point that I was just making there,
What?
it's kind of what you needed.
Where Jacksonville? Yeah, you went
Yeah.
for need. This late, you went for need, which is fine. Okay.
Are we taking Smith or Murray?
Who?
Cincy's about the pick here in
Or Cincinnati?
No. Who are we taking, Smith or
Be
Murray?
quiet. Don't put any names out in the universe. I got names in my head. Shut up. I mean it.
I don't think that the Mozzie Smith was a great pick, and honestly, the way that McCarthy walked out of that room, McCarthy was pissed.
Cincinnati Bengals select with this will show you who I wanted, Taco. The Bengals select with the 28th overall pick, edge rusher Miles Murphy.
Bengals just got nasty.
That's who I wanted. Well, that's one.
I didn't. I thought that they were gonna go. They were gonna go and lean on their secondary there. But like to get some speed, there.
I like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I like it.
No, that was a good one.
You know what I mean by that.
Bengals are still gonna suck.
No, but as a Chiefs fan, I don't like it.
Cam is probably going to be suspended, so that you needed to shore that up.
We take him back up.
Hey, y'all, one that you're going to need.
So why are some of these defensive players you think falling? Their attitude you think is that bad?
I think there's a lot of them.
There's so much up there.
There's a lot of them.
Their talent is so comparable that those little defects make a huge difference.
Well, here's the difference.
It's not that.
Here's the thing. No, but this is also what we're talking about. Jacksonville knows there's a bunch of defensive guys, right? But they need an offensive lineman very badly. So you take an offensive lineman, which pushes down them one more pick. Minnesota easily could have taken a lineman. They need a wide receiver because Thielen left. Pushes down another guy. Pushes down another guy. You know. Yeah, there are some picks
early in the second round. So they're probably sitting back saying,
yeah,
we're going to get our defensive guy in the next round.
Mm-hmm.
The talent right now is really more scarce at the offensive line.
That's so dangerous for Cincy. Oh my gosh.
This is a big boy, man. And he doesn't look like he's like fat. He looks like
Murphy?
he's like lean.
He's not.
No, yeah, he's homie speedy. Homie knows how. No. Homie knows how to get around the edge.
I like Clemson. I mean, that's where Dabo coaches, right? Dabo Sweeney.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He's still there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He's a good coach.
Look at that freaking long arm jab, bro. He's just, hey, get the fuck out of here, boy.
With the one arm. Wow. So I guess he's a power rusher.
He's just strong, yeah. Very powerful. He's not. He definitely doesn't look pissed. I don't view that as a pissed off reaction.
Raj is saying that because he's a Bengal.
If he's from the A, Cincinnati's not that far away. He should be in that vibe.
You're going to a freaking championship contender.
I mean, I don't know about that.
The Bengals made it to the What are you? Come on, you got it. Oh my gosh.
Anything can happen any year. You have to see what the results of the draft. I have to see how the draft plays out.
They are a fucking championship contender. Like, there's no denying that.
Who's on the clock? Saints. Okay. Wait, there's only 3 picks left? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you know why? Because there's normally 32. But because the Dolphins don't know how to tamper correctly.
Do that, yeah. Good old Miami. Yeah, good old Miami. Only underneath the Flores regime.
Okay. If you are Pittsburgh, you're in the top of the second round. Will Levis is still there.
What?
No.
Do you think about it?
No, because you spent you didn't pick Pickett with a 4th round pick. He was a 1st round pick.
Right.
That's almost the worst thing you've said all night.
Well, I'm just asking because Kenny Pickett, do you believe in him enough that if Levis is still there, that you don't say, hey,
he hasn't even gotten time for you to not fucking believe in him. What?
The problem is you invested so much that 1 year later you can't do that. If this was next year and someone slid, or the year after, but not after 1 year, no, blasphemy.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't even gotten time to sell fucking jerseys for this motherfucker yet. Like, come on. God.
One thing.
Who do you think the Steelers are, bro?
Hey, since we are on Kenny Pickett, did you hear the Pivot podcast?
Roger, like, Taco, literally stick your dick in a blender. What the fuck? Man,
Kenny Pickett ain't it.
Did you hear what
somebody needs to rip the vocal cords out of Taco.
Hold on, least. Me.
So did you guys hear what Kenny Pickett said on the Pivot podcast with Ryan Clark? Fred Taylor asked him about his hand size being so small, and he said weeks before the Senior Bowl in the draft, his hand was a little bit smaller. He actually did stretching exercises to stretch his hand out.
Oh my god! I can't believe it.
He admitted to it.
I'm going to say this right now. Kenny Pickett will.
What up, Chaos?
Will not be better than Daniel Jones. That's a fact.
Wait, what?
I said Kenny Pickett will not be better than Daniel Jones, and that's a fact.
It's too early to tell.
How do you even know that? Like, what do you what?
Call me fucking Taco fucking Damas. That's why. I could predict the motherfucking future. I done told you the Giants were gonna sign Daniel Jones. We weren't going to even explore any other options. We were just going to take our boy back from Duke.
Hold on. Pick
our quarterback, baby.
It's a Kenny Pickett is better than Daniel Jones.
Pick is in, and I'm waiting for the pick. Chat, please do not say anything. There's a reason. Please do not say anything.
Oh.
Oh, why tell me fucking?
You know who it is, Mike?
I do now. Not what I was expecting something shocking with the tweet I saw. The 29th overall pick for the 2023 draft, the Saints are selecting defensive tackle Brian Brees out of Clemson.
Yeah, that's what I see. Clemson back to back. Like it's a Drake track. Back to back.
Oh no. Oh no. Who did Philadelphia take early tonight? They took freaking Jalen Carter. Nolan Smith, his teammate, is on the board. They have Jacoby, they have Dean, and they have Jordan Davis from last year. They're taking Nolan Smith, and they're going to have 4 Georgia Bulldogs on their defense.
Holy fuck. That's going to be nasty.
Georgia Bulldogs normally have a good defense too, right?
I just called it one of the best in the country. They had 7 defenders last year that drafted.
Yeah, I know about that school.
The Kobe
Brian
Dean.
Brees was the #1 high school player in 2019. I'm sick. Stayed up till 11:30 to see it back up. He's gonna be your starter. He's gonna be your starter,
Remember,
dog.
you lost. Remember, Cam's suspended, and your starter from last year is now a Chief. Thank you.
That's what. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. I keep trying to get that through Aiden's head, and he's not. I don't think he's wrapping his head around.
Okay, is it Robbie? If they do draft Nolan Smith right here, I want
for 6
credit.
fucking games.
I want
probably
credit
gonna be longer than that.
I want credit all over Twitter for me calling this shit.
Hmm.
That's what I'm saying, Raj. There's no fucking way these guys get 44 national champion Bulldogs. This is exactly my freaking point.
Bro, hey, they're trying to. That year that Washington had the Bama boys, where we had fucking 4 Alabama players, it's like, God damn. I mean,
you know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen right before the Chiefs pick? There's gonna be an announcement. The Chiefs have traded their pick to the Washington Commanders for Chase Young.
I wouldn't give up a first rounder for him right now, though.
Yeah, he's not.
Oh, but that's something we would do. We traded for Frank Clark. We traded for freaking Orlando Brown with our last pick of the draft. Just saying, it's a Chief thing to do.
I could see you guys trading for Tyler Lockett right now, though, and that being so perfect. They just drafted a wide receiver.
I want the other one. No, I want the other one.
Oh,
go big. Go big or go home.
Seattle ain't doing that.
No, but go big or go home.
Just drafted a while. They were shopping the guys last year.
Seattle literally just made the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
I know.
And now you just connected your whole big three.
They're not going to.
And you got a running game. You'd be stupid to do that.
I mean,
where do you come up with this shit?
Listen,
Robbie,
Seattle
it's the water in New York. He's a Knicks fan. That's his problem.
I hear you say that, but guess what? We can go to the fucking finals.
And we can too.
We could be the first 7 seed ever. Like
Milwaukee or Miami's playing good enough to make it.
Yeah, Miami's dirty right now, bro.
Okay, Miami's
dirty with it, bro.
Miami's an 8 seed, and they're not beating us.
They could easily
They're not beating us.
They just knocked off Milwaukee.
We just knocked off Cleveland. And we
beat up 5 beat a 4. A 5 beat a 4.
Giannis was out for 2 games and had back issues. Let's disrespect the situation here. They didn't face a full strength Bucks. Giannis wasn't all there.
No, I get that. They also don't have Tyler Hero.
Yo, why is there Commanders fans next? Why did they put the Commander section next to the Eagle section, bro?
No, it's all in divisions. It's in divisions
because both of y'all are pussies.
They put them.
Fuck you,
Robbie. It's lined. It's lined up in positions or alphabetical, one of the two.
Bro, that shit's hilarious. There's gonna be a fight.
Well, they put Chiefs next to Raiders last year.
There's gonna be a stabbing if that happens.
Yeah, exactly.
From New York.
If it's a Raider fan stabbing, it'll be a knife. If it's a Chief fan stabbing, it'll be a rib bone.
Yeah. No, if it's a Chiefs fan stabbing, they're just gonna not stab. They're just gonna rob banks.
Man, listen. The Giants had the drillers out there.
He's like, oh.
You just got muted.
Listen, Raj, that's good for ratings.
That's just dumb. They want to start fights, bro. For real, dog. Like I just saw that shit. I was like, yo, what are you doing? Like, in what world does that?
That'd be like
okay?
That'd be like Raj going to the draft and in Detroit next year and having, because it's not far from him, and having to stand for 8 hours next to a Bengal fan.
Bro, that's.
All right,
just saying. Tell me that's not wrong.
Look, no, for real, straight out. I'll tell you exactly what that shit is like.
Damn it, the Eagles.
It's like starving. It's like you go to a zoo and they fucking have starved the lions for like 2 fucking weeks, and they just decide to throw one single elk in that bitch to watch them fight over it.
The Eagles front office looks very way too fucking happy right now, and I don't like it.
So
I'm telling you.
It's gonna, yeah.
Right now, based on
Taco?
the draft that we've seen,
Taco,
Mhm.
with the 30th pick overall in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Eagles select edge rusher from Georgia, Nolan Smith.
They're gonna be nasty.
Damn
The
it!
Eagles are gonna be nasty.
Damn it! Now you know who I wanted. Damn it!
We're
The
fucked.
rich just got richer.
Oh,
Edge defensive
that's
tackle,
nasty.
edge.
Damn, look at how
God, that's
professional
nasty.
even they are in the war room. Damn. That
So right
organization has
now-
truly turned it around.
Right now, seeing all the picks that you've seen, what was the best value pick? Was
Nolan
it
Smith to
Nolan
the
Smith
Eagles?
here?
Yeah,
Was
it was just what just happened. Yeah.
Was it Gonzalez to the Patriots?
Gonzalez could
No.
be.
No. This
Not
right
bad.
here. This right here.
Because Gonzalez, like Mike was saying,
You have
is the number
four-
one defender on some boards.
you have 4 Bulldogs
On one team.
on one fucking team.
And 3
I'm
on one.
saying
And,
best
and
value pick.
3
Like,
on 3 linemen.
Nolan Smith to you is the best value.
So, yeah. Now you have 3
Yes.
linemen and
Yeah. Did you see his combine?
But he's
Of course you didn't.
I was gonna say, why are you asking?
I've already established his baseline. here.
Aiden, I'm just gonna say this one time, Aiden. He's not an 8-game rental.
Look,
He
and
is
Rob's probably gonna fuck around and be out of there.
He's not an 8-game rental.
Who?
Freaking the lineman from Oklahoma. Aiden stuck that Jaguars took him back up. Okay.
His jersey says Carter.
Who do we take?
He's gonna replace
I really-
Robinson, bro.
No, so I really wanted. Oh, who do I want now?
They didn't even get him. Oh my gosh, they didn't get him his own jersey.
I mean,
That's fucked up.
preference probably has to be edge, but if talent dictates that cornerback is the better player,
That's fucked
I think
up.
you can go that
What?
way.
They didn't get him his own jersey.
Who?
Nolan Smith.
He's not even out yet.
That's what I'm saying. I guess they're saying that they didn't get him his own jersey.
Oh, he might not have because they didn't. Yeah.
They probably didn't know this was
Hey!
gonna happen.
Look who's announcing the pick. It's Mama Kelsey.
Oh,
She's announcing the Eagles pick.
damn, we love her.
You should go up there like I don't fuck with Chiefs fans.
Whoa.
Why
Mama
would you do
Kelsey's
that
a
in
national
Kansas
treasure.
City?
Sorry.
Why do you do that in Kansas City?
Exactly. Hey, Mama Kelsey's a national treasure.
That is true.
Why is she up there? Why is she up there with Dude Perfect?
Yeah, I don't like it.
With who?
Dude Perfect. The YouTubers.
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
Oh my freaking god! And you call yourself technologically savvy?
What do they fucking do?
Oh my god!
They're the trick shot dudes.
Trick shot dudes.
Trick shots. Like golf?
No,
Like,
everything.
yeah. Just
Basketball.
go down a rabbit hole of looking up Dude Perfect.
Yeah, just
Like,
go
have
on
way
rabbit
too
hole.
much time in your life. I wish I had the time to like. I would watch film if I was fucking watching trick shots. Like, you know what I mean?
You
I
don't even
wish I
show
had
up
that-
to. You don't even show up to shows on time. How can you have time to watch YouTube?
That's what I'm saying. I have no time. My time.
You
is
do
limited.
have time. You just don't do it.
No. If I could, I would. But this
Okay,
shit
who
is
does it
ridiculous.
take? Oh, Nolan Smith isn't even there.
That's why Mama Kelsey's out
No
there.
Yo,
Smith-
Dude Perfect are being some assholes right now.
Nolan Smith isn't even there.
Dude, they look like they're Chinese. Not Chinese, but like
What?
their eyes have like that. Like
Oh no, Robbie. Robbie.
Huh.
Before the Chiefs go, I need to ask you a question.
What?
What's one of the newest formations you love in the NFL?
Yeah, that's a loaded question.
No, it's not. You've been saying it all night long.
I love 12 personnel.
Could the Chiefs take Michael Mayer? I'm just saying. I don't know if I want it.
That'd be sex.
I don't know if I want it though.
Oh, bro, Kelsey fans would be pissed. But do you know what happens with? But do you know what happens with ball distribution in that offense?
I don't think that would hurt. I don't think that would hurt Kelsey as bad as people think.
It won't hurt. It won't hurt Kelsey. But it is the breeding of the next era.
It helps this, yeah, and it would hurt Noah Gray. Noah Gray would be
dead. But if you're likely going to be able if you have Noah Gray on your team in Dynasty anyways. If your rookie draft is coming up.
Be quiet, Raj. Raj wants the Pittsburgh Steelers to get him.
Meyer and Fryer moved in the 12th. Oh my!
Either way, that would be.
Did Nolan Smith just make fucking good joke? Nolan Smith got Goodell thrown up, gang out of here, bro. That's iconic. That's iconic, fellas. That is iconic. My gosh.
Bobby, did you see that the outfit that Mama Kelsey wore at the Super Bowl is in the Hall of Fame?
Mm-hmm. I think I shared that.
I saw exactly where it's at. I saw the photo. I could tell where it's at.
Where it's at, yeah.
It's upstairs. It's upstairs next to the heads where that room is.
Yep, next to the bus room.
Yeah, next to the.
Do they pay her for that, or does she just donate it
to the Hall of Fame? It's donated.
Yeah, it's certain items are donated and certain items are requested.
Taco,
it's like, hey, can we get that? Like, no, actually, no, we're getting that.
Taco, remember the draft of the pandemic year?
Mm-hmm.
That leathery, old-looking chair that freaking Goodell sat in, and everyone made fun of it. That was literally in the entranceway of the Hall of Fame when we went.
As it should be. It
was hilarious.
That's pretty cool.
Here we go, Chiefs! Let's go, Chiefs! I don't need to see that graphic, Dov. I don't need to see the Eagles freaking graphic, Dov.
Oh, wow. Kurt Warner really embraced his Chris Kringle, huh? Like my man,
he's been gray. He's been full gray.
Like, put a fucking jingle bell hat on his head. And
Chiefs are calling. Brett Veach is on the phone. And
That'll
right on. Hey, and look at right there. There is 2 Super Bowl trophies right there, sitting there, and it looks like they're bringing out a third in a second because there's a stand for a third Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was about to say you guys have 3.
They're having someone bring it out. They're gonna have one of them bring it out when they announce the pick.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful.
Welcome to the 3 Club, bro.
Thank you.
Don't worry, our 4th is coming. Our 4th is coming.
Andy Reid is full balls. I love it. Now,
Will Levis, Michael Mayer, Porter, White from Georgia Tech, Brendan Branch, Nunze Uzuma from Kansas State. Those are the top ones left.
Raj, honestly, Chiefs Kingdom fucking runs deep. Like most Chiefs fans that I know have been Chiefs fans for.
Those people there, the 4 years. There are people, but not those crew.
Yeah, that because this is in Kansas City.
That's.
Fuck you, Raj.
What do you say?
He said, laugh my ass off. Imagine only having 3.
Oh, shut up, you asshole.
Magic Johnson gonna bring us another one, boys.
One doesn't count.
Yeah, Rob, you smoking that good shit, bro.
I mean, I am.
I was gonna say that's not like I don't know. I was like, what's the joke?
Yeah, like I am. No, for real.
Okay, that shit.
That would be. Think about it. No owner has a ring. Has NBA Finals, a World Series, and a Super Bowl
Let me put it
as
like
an
this.
owner.
I didn't know the loud can make you hallucinate.
Okay, Taco. Just wait. Just wait. That ownership group are smart dudes.
I heard that last season. Oh, just wait till we see you. You guys aren't that good.
Okay.
Throw it past.
Y'all aren't, though. That's the thing. Y'all aren't.
Just remember.
You're ass. You guys are ass. Hey, us getting a corner, I'm okay with our coach fucking over that game.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
And I cannot wait until he is out there because now we got EB, baby.
Yeah, absolutely.
That looks so dope. That looks absolutely dope.
Oh,
wow.
Okay,
Mike.
With the here we go. I got it. With the 31st pick overall in the 2023 draft, the Chiefs select defensive end Felix Anudike Uzuma.
Yozumaha.
How you gonna mess that one up? That's an easy one.
I'm white, okay. We got names like John. We got names like John Smith. Hey, this guy's good.
And Joe Black.
I'm okay with this pick.
No, this is solid. This is solid for you guys.
You
guys always end up getting diamonds in the rough.
I'm okay.
This is a good.
Who was the guy that you guys got last year at the end of the first round?
End of the first round?
Yeah.
We didn't have a pick at the
end. Yeah,
last year was.
There was some guy that you guys got that started with a K.
Oh, Karloftis.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But he did his thing. He
came in with like 6 games left.
Yeah.
Yes, Raj. Raj. Yes, us white people have name
like Nolan Smith
or Michael
who's actually black.
And then you look and it says Rajveer Singh. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you can't say it. It's a thought.
I couldn't remember how to pronounce it exactly, so I wasn't gonna try.
Listen, Mike, say it with your chest.
Nolan Smith. Robbie J.
Yeah, I'm here.
Taco's late.
Yeah, always.
If I don't have a schedule, I'm not late.
We both looked at you like a dumbass.
Exactly, because it's not like we don't confirm what times we're doing things.
But it's not like I don't also confirm, like, hey guys.
And then, so wait, you just snitched on yourself, Takashi.
We're just Clark Hunt just brought out the trophy. Woo!
I know. For the Chiefs, we got to make it a whole goddamn presentation.
Yes, they always do. Robbie, it's the first time the hosting team has just won the Super Bowl since they started moving it from New York City.
Who has the best barbecue?
In the state of Missouri?
No, what do you want?
No, in the
what do you want?
In the States.
What do you want?
Ribs.
I'm going to KC. If I want brisket, I'm going to Texas.
Really?
With ribs? So wait, ribs, it depends on what type of cut.
I knew you were going there. And what sauce you want? Because if you want vinegar sauce, you got to go to Virginia and North Carolina. But if you want freaking barbecue sauce, you go to KC.
But then like if you want like a really good like baby back rib, like I would St. Louis.
Yeah.
Like it really depends. It's so finicky. Like barbecue is a delicate art.
You know where I go that's pretty good that just recently came up here? Dickies.
No, that's
Dickies is mid.
That's mid.
Listen, over here in New York, we don't got that many like legit.
Go watch Triple G. Go watch Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives. There's some on there. So,
I know there's a couple. There's one spot that I go to that's like Smoking Owls is legit, but man, the cheddar jalapeno sausage from Dickie's and their wings, bro. Their wings is bang bang.
Here we go. I have a question for you guys. Let's get back to football real quick because this is a real question.
Okay.
The top three picks in the second round tomorrow. Because remember, you lose that 1 year of control, right? For the contract. Yep. Pittsburgh, Arizona, Detroit. At this point, does Detroit take Will Levis on the gamble?
They could.
Didn't you say they took a reach at running back and then their second pick was also a reach? Or not like a reach, but like a player.
I don't. Gibbs, I wouldn't call a reach. Campbell, I would. Campbell, I would.
Like, I don't know. I feel like they almost have to take a player that's going to play and then be impactful. Like, you took a running back when you have two other running backs, so it's not like a position of need.
What two running backs they got?
David Montgomery and DeAndre Swift. And they took Gibbs.
And they just took Gibbs. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I almost feel like they got to take a player of need.
Speaking dynasty, the reason I think they took, not saying the reason they took Swift, but the one good thing about Swift, they're not going to pick up his option, and his contract is up after this year.
And he has injury issues.
Yeah. Gibbs was not. If he was there, I think the Chiefs or Philadelphia were taking him.
Yeah, I think if Gibbs would have sat around there, it would have been the Chiefs and Philly.
Robinson at 22 and Gibbs is going to
12. I'd rather look I'd rather Gibbs not end up on Eagles or Chiefs there. So I'm completely okay, but I'm agreeing with what Leaf say here. He could have been a back end 1 to an early top end 2.
I don't think he was getting out of the 1 because of the extra year of control.
Yeah, I don't. That was.
But he's more of a back end.
Robbie, think about this just for a second, because I know how you feel about a team and about a player. You're going to tell me at this juncture of the season, not knowing what's going on, that if he would have gotten to the back end of the first, Cincinnati wanted to pull the damn plug?
Oh, yeah.
Cincinnati.
You're telling me Cincinnati
could have as well. Cincinnati could have as well.
Hell, even the Saints could have been in play.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
I like what Buffalo did. I love what Buffalo did.
I'm just saying things would have fallen different if different people were on the board.
And Myers on the board, right?
Myers on the board. But how does Pittsburgh, Raj, if you're still here, how does Pittsburgh not take Joey Porter where they could have gotten the first time? They have a chance to get Joey Porter now.
I feel like it makes sense. And with that kind of culture that they have, I feel like they might bring him in.
But is that too much of playing into the fans' hands of like?
Not really.
I think in the first round, maybe in the second round, considering he had like a mid first round grade.
You don't want if wholeheartedly as an organization you don't feel that that's a guy, then you don't need to go and do that just for the sake of just fucking doing it.
Well, you're not doing it just for the sake, but if he's a guy on your board that you had, maybe an end of first round grade, and he's there in the top of the second round, again, most of these people had him in the mid of the first round as a pick.
Bro, how do you think Packers fans are fucking feeling right now?
Luke Van Ness.
He's not from what you guys are saying, he's not a bad player.
No,
right?
but
he's a great player.
He's a great player, but I think the fans wanted them to take one of the tight ends or a wide receiver. They wanted them to take.
Why did you not get a
take JSN? Why didn't you take JSN?
That makes more sense there.
This team. They're. They were setting Rodgers up. They were setting Rodgers up for failure. Now they're fucking about to start off setting Jordan Love for failure.
That's a team listen, let's face it. They're not winning the Super Bowl next year. So what do? You get if you have a good defensive lineman that you can get 5 years of control out of that you're not normally going to see. You get them, and you try and get some more weapons in the later.
So
you guys said rounds 2 through 4.
So we're gonna just let Jordan Love get beat the fuck up and not protect him and keep him upright. We're not gonna give him jack shit to throw the fucking ball to.
You said rounds 2 through 4. There's a lot of good wide receivers.
Yes.
So they have extra picks in the second.
That is not what they are also needing. There's also good. There's also good rushers still.
They're still they're still decent rushers. They're even on that best available list when they were looking at the Chiefs. There was 3 that were just on that list.
One of the greatest, smartest things was, hey, we could go and get Penei Sewell, but let's go in and let's pivot here and let's go in and get Joe Burrow, someone to chuck the fucking ball up to.
But like we were saying, that could have played out good either way that you went. They could have dropped the offensive lineman and still been really good. If I'm
a Packers fan, I'm sitting back and I'm like, same shit, not even a different fucking day. Like it's just the same shit. It's just a typical draft day. Shit. So that's the whole first round, eh?
That's it.
Damn.
That's why I said you got Will Levis left. Will Levis is sliding like Willis did. And remember, how far does Willis go? Because Willis was the second he was the second quarterback, and he was the guy that we were all talking about. Hey, is he going to be drafted in between like 32 and 40? Somewhere in those first 5-6 picks of the second round, and he never was. God, how do you get Nolan Smith and freaking Jalen Carter? God dang it.
That's the real steal.
You get Jalen Carter, who people thought was a steal at 10, and then you get Nolan Smith.
Yo. Does Miami get a backup QB early? I feel like they should.
Zach Charbonnet.
Huh?
Zach Charbonnet.
So just wait.
They just get a running back. They need a running back bad.
But you need a backup. You need a competent backup.
You're going to spend that much draft capital on Will Levis when you got Tua still? No. He's not the type of quarterback they need. You wait. How competent?
You just wait for Hendon Hooker.
I was even thinking low. Here's the thing: how low do you go? And here's the reason I say it. There is a quarterback. What's one of the things I tell you that I don't like about the Chiefs? There's other teams that have the same problem. And I'm not saying they have to be identical, obviously, but one of the things I don't like about teams that Baltimore did well was have a quarterback as your backup that can do this. You don't want to have to change the offense.
Yep.
That's not knocking freaking Chad Henne for what he did for us and everything. There's a guy that plays left-handed ball like Tua, can get out of the pocket and do some of the same stuff, has some accuracy issues like Tua that you can get late like you did Hundley and just have him sitting back there and it's low end like Hundley. There's a guy named DTR from UCLA that I think you can plug into that system and not be too far of a drop off like a Huntley.
I like that.
And that's something you can get like.
I'll rock with you on that one.
If you're going to go system wise.
I like that. No, I love that. Like I said, I feel like that they need to get one at some point. Because Skylar Thompson, as we saw, was not it.
So let me ask you a question about their running back situation. The way they run their offense, because I know you like the schematics part of football, right? Do they go for a guy like Charbonnet? Or because the way they like those quick guys, do they go for a smaller guy like Kendre Miller and Zach and like Devin Achane? Like Charbonnet's the better running back, but he's a big boy compared to an Achane or a Kendre Miller or a Zach Evans.
I like a chain a lot. And I felt like he kind of was almost similar to like a Pollard in a way.
Yeah.
I feel like that's gonna kind of be better for them versus going with the bigger bowling ball, smacking in your face type of guy. I think someone that can bounce around, move around. If you need to pitch to them on the outside, they'll be able to do that as well. Break free. I think that's gonna be more beneficial. That team is a speed team. That team is all speed. Keep with that characteristic.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking. I don't know, maybe not a chain, but like Kendre, all those guys, not necessarily a Charbonnet. There have been rumors in the last 48 hours that they're looking at trading for Dalvin, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
If they do that, then at that point, if I'm a Dolphin fan, I'm like, okay, we're clearly trying to go all in right now. There's some age on this team. We need to we need to get off right now. Like if Miami trades for Dalvin and if they somehow pull that off, that's a lot of veterans on one team at this point. They needed to win and win right now. Because if they don't, that whole team's gonna fucking age here in the next 2-3 years. 2-3 years, yeah. But Reek is up in 2025, and he said he's gonna hang it up. You'll be able to ride Waddle and Tua together, but contracts and shit won't work to where you'll be able to do that for too long, if even at all.
Yeah.
And
health is an issue too.
Exactly. I don't think that they should trade for Cook, but if you get Cook, you need to fucking go and win.
Yeah.
I think that's all we got for now, right?
Yeah.
We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's not Rumboyz After Dark because
it's the draft.
It's draft day 2.
We might stay a little bit later after. Who knows?
Yeah. We'll probably talk some shit a little bit after. But yeah, we appreciate you guys. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rum boys and girls want to do. Oh, I played the Rum Zone one, just so you know.
The Rum Zone night, yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
But we appreciate you. We'll see you mañana.